Guys, we are about to interview Carl Crew and Dino Lee of Blood Diner. It's gonna be fucking great.
It's gonna be a good time.
It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
So let me just pull that up. I'm gonna start it right now. Hopefully I figured this out. We did this earlier. Okay.
Remember?
Oh, okay. Yeah. You're right. I did deactivate it though.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah. All right. Let's make sure this starts. It did take a second last time too. Join audio. Hold on, guys.
If anything, I'll.
Yeah. Do I have to just the USB reset? This thing,
try the USB reset thing really quick.
Hold on a minute, guys. This can't. Don't get a computer. If you don't have one yet, you're not missing much.
There he is.
Okay, we're live.
There it is.
All right, are we moving though? Do you see us moving? It looks like we're fucking frozen.
Stop it and bring it back.
Yeah.
Guys there?
Yeah, we're
yes,
here.
what's going on? Just give us 1 second.
We're working on getting.
Can you see me?
We're working on getting the camera up and running that we had before.
Can you guys see me?
Yeah, we hear you.
We hear you. We don't see you, my
Is
friend.
that Dino? Is that a Dino?
Yeah, you don't see me though. What do you see?
I just see it says KBev6. It looks like there's something going on with the camera. Maybe it's on my end. But I'm trying to mitigate the situation right now. It worked. We talked to Carl earlier just to test this out, and of course, yeah. Go reset the camera real quick.
Gotcha.
Oh no, it's on. Okay.
All right, we're
Maybe
good.
maybe we need to be more patient as humans, and maybe things will just work eventually.
You.
No, well, yeah. Me. It was mostly me. It was mostly me. Now we have to figure out this.
So
Is have you've used Zoom before? I'm sure. Maybe go to like where it says video and start video, because for some reason for Zoom it doesn't automatically just put you in, for me at least.
Are you doing this through a computer or phone? Because we were talking to Carl before on his iPhone.
I'm on a computer.
Yeah,
Okay.
he was getting out of a limo. It was crazy. Like there was people taking his coat off.
I don't know if it was a limo, but
Dude,
he was getting his car washed. I think
Someone put a feathered hat on him. I was like, what the hell? Yeah. And yeah, I missed Carl's call because I was like in the middle of like starting the show, and I was like, oh shit, my bad. And then I know how it is. You know what it's like. Yeah, what is this? Do you want to maybe like leave the call and rejoin, perhaps?
Give me a minute. I think I can fix this.
All right, good looks, man.
Take your time, bud.
Yeah, we're here. It's just
no
great to talk to you, man.
No rush.
Dino Lee, king of white trash. Are you serious? You have style, my friend.
Yeah, the good old days.
I like the cut of your jib.
We were talking on the way to go get beers how you kind of look like in the movie. You kind of look like the Slim Jim guy.
Yeah, your hair is amazing, and I hope you're still hanging out with it for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah, dude. So I was talking to Carl earlier, and he was talking about your guys' history. He was telling me about marionettes. You know, he was telling me about the Team America guy. You know, that shit is so cool. Like I've been getting into practical effects and puppetry and stuff myself recently, and it's just crazy to meet some people that have been doing it for a while and shit.
My son does that.
He does like puppetry and marionettes and stuff?
Yeah, he actually went to the guy's class in Vegas.
Oh yeah, that's what Carl was telling us about. Was the
Yeah.
the class you guys went to?
Yeah.
And my son built a marionette.
That's so badass. Like on strings, or I mean, I'm guessing that's what a marionette is. Yeah, because there's like Jim Henson puppets. You know.
Yeah.
I'm a big like Dark Crystal. I love Dark Crystal Labyrinth. I love all that shit. You know.
Yeah, he made a really neat video with it too. I'll show it to you sometime. But he made a great video of him with the puppet. It was like almost like Tim Burton puppet.
That's
It
dope.
was-
Oh, really?
It was all black and white.
I love shit like that, like super contrast. I mean, Eraserhead, for instance, any Vincent
Yeah.
Price movie. I love that contrasty black and white look, and it's lost a lot of times. I mean, like The Lighthouse was the most recent thing that I can think of that was super contrasty black and white that kind of paid homage to old cinema, stuff like that.
Yeah, he actually made the puppet. He painted it black and white. It looked like a black and white, like a mime or something.
Okay,
Oh, that's dope.
I love.
But
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
Tim
Yes.
Burton's. I love that dark art, gangly, like
Yeah.
thin and stick-like. I love all that shit.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Hell yeah. Let me get a
Okay.
hold of Carl. Do you want to get a hold of Carl, or do you want me to just go throw him a message? Because I did tell him to wait, but then I jumped right into it because I was like, okay, if you guys are waiting, I wanted to start the party.
Right. I'm getting close here. Hold on. Just trying to-
Like I said, take your time, bud. No rush. We're here. We're hanging.
Do you want to open one of these fucking things?
Let's open one of those.
I don't know if you guys are clean cut, straight edge, but you know, we drink beers on the show and you just like review them for fun. We don't make a big deal out of it, but you know,
And come on.
as the king of white trash. I mean, what the fuck?
You
I'm
know,
a beer guy from way back.
I love it.
we used to do a segment here where we would get the most white trash beer.
Yeah,
And-
all like the cheapest beer, like, you know, Steel Reserve and Boxer Light and shit. Ooh, you hear the sound of that?
I used to own a bar. I had a bar in Texas, in Austin, called Ocean's 11, and it was a tiki bar, and we had dollar beers, and they were
Dollar
like-
beers?
Yeah, there was like Bergie and Olympia, you know, all,
yeah.
Falstaff, all the old beers
Yeah.
in cans for $1.
That's not bad though, honestly. And people are probably they're spending the same amount of money they would have on like a shot or two, but just
Yeah.
having 13
Well,
beers.
They end up getting drunk, and then they buy the more expensive tiki drinks.
Oh yeah, when their wallet gets loose and they start the fucking juices start flowing.
They get the Mai Tais and stuff.
Yeah, the Mai Tais. Why is it always my tie, not our tie? Right?
My typhoid.
Tell me that wasn't $1 million joke. Give me a fucking.
You're like the rock and roll Henny Youngman. You know?
Hell yeah, dude. So I was talking to Carl earlier. We don't have to get into gross out, but he was telling me some stuff about that. So like I have some stuff on you, but I figured I would just ask from the horse's mouth. When did you meet Carl? If you want to start there.
I met him on Blood Diner.
Oh,
Okay.
on Blood Diner. Okay.
That's dope.
Yeah.
And were you picked for that role because of like the music you had been doing, or was the music born as a result of like film, let's say?
Well, are we on right now, or are we just?
Yeah, we're live. We're
Yeah,
live right now.
We're live.
Oh, okay.
We're
Sorry, I should have said something. I just called you up and I figured I would call you guys when the show started. So if I wasn't clear, I apologize. But you didn't say anything crazy or anything.
No, I just want to make sure. I want to give you the good stuff when you're on air.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's the meat of
You know,
the
you
bone.
can leave the deep cuts for after, it's the sweet, the top shelf stuff for us.
Yeah, I just want to know why the hell my image is not coming through. It's very bizarre.
Like, yeah, do you see it on your end, or does it say
Yeah,
it's working?
I see it on mine. I don't see it on your end.
Do you see us though?
I see you,
Okay.
Yeah.
but I don't.
Wait, just knock over.
Here I am.
The cat clock.
Oh no!
You see me now?
It landed on a pile of fake guts. Okay.
Yes, we do.
Oh,
see you.
yo, it's good. Oh my goodness, let's go.
You can see me, right?
Yes,
sir.
yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah. Hold up some fingers, and I'll tell you how fucking many. Oh, there you go. There you go. Yes.
The one. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I love
What is going on?
I love the green screen. The fucking the band with the nooses.
Oh yeah, do a little tilt. Let him show. Yeah, let him show his scene because a lot of people
Hell
at
yeah.
home. Oh, dude. Are you
Sure.
tall? How tall are you, if you don't mind me asking?
6'5".
Gee, I had a feeling. Dude.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I thought it was maybe the boots that you were wearing in that scene, but no, you're a tall dude.
I was about 7 feet with the boots and the hair.
That is insane. Oh yeah, the hair alone. I can't imagine.
the hair alone.
Yes. It's so great to talk, man. I hope everyone at home is enjoying this and shit. And so you met Carl on Blood Diner, and did you know like Jackie, let's say, before then, or were you cast?
I knew Art Fine was my manager, Art Fine, and he was managing the Cramps.
Oh my God, let's go. Sorry,
Yeah,
sorry.
so originally they had the Cramps lined up to be in Blood Diner and be the band, but the producers felt that the Cramps were overexposed, so they want something different.
Yeah, they were big. You know, they definitely were popular and big. Yeah.
Yeah, so they wanted something a little bit different and unusual. Something that wasn't as high profile as the Cramps.
And you got.
So we auditioned and they loved us.
I mean, I feel like you have that same either or would have been fantastic, but I feel like your style and what you were going for in that scene it just fit that movie perfectly. And
well, just so you know, I mean the whole scene was set up by me.
Okay, that makes sense.
You wouldn't even have had this scene in the movie
without you.
That's amazing. And it's easily one of the best scenes, if not like it's the pinnacle. It's like the climax. It's like every good part about movies in one explosive finale, and it's beautiful.
Everybody will see it later when we're done with when we watch it and everything. But the Wagner song that Carl said that you made Jackie pick it. The Wagner song when she's finally opening her arms and the electric is filling the room is just absolutely perfect. And whoever played Shitar, she did or they did phenomenal, absolutely
insane,
phenomenal.
And I was gonna ask you where she is now or where they are now, and I was also gonna say like I know that you had a big plan, like you had a big hand in the creation of this, or at least like your creative direction and like the comments you'd make, and I can tell that you're like a visionary with this stuff. And I was also gonna say I'm glad they didn't put the Cramps because I feel like in a way it might have taken away from the film. And I feel like the film is so great because it creates its own like place and time and its own universe. And there's not a lot of like pop culture familiar, they're not going to like a Pizza Hut. It kind of has its own universe. And if it was something familiar from reality, it kind of, maybe it would have, it wouldn't have felt so foreign. It wouldn't have felt like its own world,
Well, sorry about that. I got to adjust the slide a little bit here.
That's all good.
Well, also, I don't think that Lux had enough air to put the brain that explodes in my head. It wasn't anywhere to put the brain in Lux's head because she didn't have all the air that I had.
Oh yeah, you were able to kind of camouflage the mechanisms.
Yeah. Put a little bomb in my head.
It's so nuts, dude.
Brain to shoot up,
It's perfect, and honestly, like. I feel like that when I saw the performance, when I saw like the King of White Trash, it was just so funny and ridiculous to me. I was inspired, and I was like, whoever that is, easily cool. Like they have to be. They're just, you know what I'm saying? Like you just don't see someone just go up there and kind of do that kind of stuff. Like I knew that you were creative just by the performance, and I loved it. It's one of my favorite scenes, easily.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. It was a lot of fun to do this movie. I mean, I brought my drummer from Texas, and he was, he'd never been out to LA, so he was real excited. And then I had my two cousins playing guitars. They're twins
in the movie. Yeah,
they're these two guys behind me. They're one and then two. He's over there. He's playing a Gretsch White Falcon, and the other guy's a Fender Jaguar.
See, you've been trying to figure what guitars they've been.
Yeah, I was like,
since
what
we first
is that?
Watched the movie. Yeah,
and honestly, I might as well show you now. I don't know if you can see this. This is it's like a it's like a Frankenstrat, and of course it's named Shitar. 100%. Yep, it's pretty much like a Fender Stratocaster 2017 Player Series, and then it has a custom neck from Warmouth. It's like a Bacote and roasted maple. And then it just has like a low radius. I play a lot of 80s, and like I'm definitely trying to get more into jazz and shreddy stuff. But this thing is my baby, and Shitar is the perfect name for it. What a woman.
What a woman.
Well, you know.
Yeah, she was very well endowed. She was a stripper in L.A. in the San Gabriel Valley. She stripped at a club called the Other Ball. That's
Yeah.
I went there several times to see her.
That's so sick. And where's she now? Like, where, like, do you know where anyone else is, or is just kind of doing their own thing?
You know, I don't know. I know Jimmy Maslin was the voice of the brain in the jar,
Right.
the eyeballs.
Mm-hmm.
That was Jimmy Maslin, Uncle Anwar.
Oh, I love him. That's what I'm dressed as. I just don't have a
Yeah.
cleaver. I have a bread knife. It's I couldn't find a cleaver, so I got something I could do some work with. I could wake her up. I could do it.
That was Jimmy Maslin, and Jimmy and I still stay in contact. We're friends, and you know, Carl and Jackie Kong and I occasionally speak.
Yeah, he was telling me a little bit about that off the air and stuff, and you
Yeah,
know.
we still speak occasionally, but not that often.
Yeah, like people, things get hectic and grow up, and differences and creative projects and all that shit.
I mean, not to be honest with you, I mean, I'm like, I'm like a paleo. I'm a paleo kind of politically incorrect guy.
Oh no, I believe me. Most creatives, I feel like most creatives are.
I'm not trying to be vindictive or spiteful. It's just the way I am. And my shows, looking back at my shows, they were very, very offensive.
Oh yeah, Gross Out. We don't have to get in that, but I was watching clips of Gross Out, and I was like, oh my god, I gotta watch this.
I found when we were researching more about you, because the only thing that we really know you by is Blood Diner. I found a couple different shows that you played. I think it was Texas, and it was a outside show, and it just watching you play is just so much fun. And it kind of brings back that whole energy of like the Cramps.
Like, you're a showman.
Yeah,
like I can just tell that you value entertainment.
You had a lot of fun on the stage, and that's all that matters.
That's
the
show. Like, a lot of it is the show, is like the mannerisms and the body language and just like the freakish movements. Like, it's just fucking fun.
Well, I wouldn't even be interested in doing a show if I couldn't do that.
Yeah.
And so I just eventually stopped, because it's just the audience no longer understood what it was.
Yeah, and we are in a weird time right now where it's like there's not a lot of risks being taken. A lot of people kind of got comfortable, and there's a lot of money made in kind of just making the same thing over and over again. But I really feel like there's a deep down like thirst for weird shit, and I hope that as a result there is a resurgence of more creativity, like like Sleazy P Martini, all of his shit, all the Guar stuff, you guys, like Street Trash, Hen and Lauder. Like, I'm a huge like Basket Case Frankenhooker guy. I love Brain Damage. Like, you don't really see a lot of that. Like, I don't know. There's just like a charm that Blood Diner has that you don't see a lot of nowadays. Yeah, and I don't know if it just comes from the heart. It's just a lot of heart in it and passion. I don't want to sound like a Hallmark movie, but seriously, like, what is it?
Well, no. See, what was really interesting, when the movie came out, we rented a drive-in movie theater in Texas, in South Austin, and we charged $20 a car to get into the drive-in, and you put as many people as you want in the car for $20.
And this was what you said, it was a drive-in movie, or what did you say it was?
We rented a drive-in movie theater.
Okay, go on.
Outside movie theater. So these cars come in with 30 people hanging on the car and in the trunk, everywhere, And we did a show on stage right in front of the screen before the movie started. So we did that, and the movie played. And I remember a lot of friends of mine who were movie students. They were at UT, University of Texas, taking movie classes, and they were all very critical about the movie. why it looks like an amateur movie.
A Blood Diner?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but it's not like. Is it trying to be?
Guys just don't get it. This is not supposed to be a work of art.
Yeah.
Yes, it's like it's entertainment. It's like it's like you're not trying to be taken seriously. You're not like respect me. You're not asking for respect. It's like everyone's disrespecting themselves. If anything, it's like it's just fun. It's like
it's purposely made to look cheesy.
Oh yeah,
and it's one of the greatest in my opinion. Like it has that charm.
It was in the spirit of Herschel Gordon Lewis and even John Waters. Especially my segment was very John Waters inspired.
Carl was saying that too, how he was inspired by just Waters and stuff growing up and all of his movies. Because I had asked him, I was like, what are some people, some actors, and I can even ask you the same question while I'm doing this. Like, when did you kind of know, like, that's pretty cool? Like, I kind of want to make segments, or I want to be an entertainer, showman, or I want to be an actor. Like, was there just a movie or an actor that you were just like, it felt attainable, or you were like, this is badass, I want to make weird shit, I want to do,
that's a good question.
I want to be a showman, I want to do practical effects, or even make marionettes and puppets? Like, where do you think it came from?
Well, my mother was in showbiz, and she got me started at a very young age singing in nightclubs. And so I started out, maybe I was 6 years old, singing in nightclubs with my mother, doing jazz songs.
Nice.
But the thing was, I had to do a show. I couldn't just go up there and sing. I had to tell jokes. I had to do impressions.
Yeah, triple threat.
I did everything, and so that's the way you did a show back in 1962 at a Los Angeles nightclub. That's what you had to do, and so I did that, and I got quite a bit of attention. A lot of people enjoyed it, and then years later, just growing up in Hollywood, I would take jobs during summer, working at a theater, doing lights, or working with a prop guy making props. So I was always involved somehow in every aspect of shows, just behind the scenes, in front of the camera, on stage singing. I always had something going on.
And did you feel like do you think it was because you were exposed to like entertainment during those formative years, or do you think you I was gonna say, do you think you have a natural knack for it? Like, because I feel like I don't know, some people just kind of they value, I don't know, they just go the extra mile. Like, they just know what's needed to be an entertainer or to be like viewed, let's say.
I don't know what else I would have done, because my mother and father pretty much trained me to do what I ended up doing. I mean, they really did. I mean, I took it a step further, but the idea, the template is the same, whether it was a straight up show like I did back in the 60s, or if it was a Blood Diner performance. It's all the same template. And the thing about it, what really got me inspired to take it outside the box was a book I read written by John Waters called Shock Value.
Oh, yes. Oh, my goodness. I'm sure that I can't imagine. I've never read it, but I can imagine his opinions on that.
That's the book that got me in that mindset. Okay, this is what I got to do now. And that got me to the King of White Trash, the outrageousness of that.
It's such a great, persona. Yeah. I don't know what you'd consider it. I want to be respectful, but like, it is a great character. It is a great alter. It's beautiful. And that's my thing. I was going to ask, like, were your parents around when you started the King of White Trash, and how did they feel about that?
Oh, I got a great story.
I was like, oh my God. All right, yeah, let's go.
Okay, here's a good one. My dad had never seen me play live with a new band. So I was in Houston playing at Fitzgerald's, and we had just played at a show called the Porno Picnic.
Jesus.
That was an all nude audience. Everyone there was naked.
Oh my God, the audience?
Yeah, it was.
What the fuck?
A party for nudists. So we were playing there, and I wore like a grass skirt and a jock strap. That's all I wore. So anyway, I played this show the next weekend in Houston, the same town. And I said, hey, you guys, that porno picnic was lame. I want to see another porno picnic right now. So all of a sudden, these girls rushed the stage and they took their clothes off.
Right there?
Right on stage. And my dad's in the audience watching this.
Oh my God, no.
And this one chick, I took my microphone and I started masturbating this girl. And literally she had an orgasm. And whispers in my ear and says, thank you.
Fuck. Yeah, with the house mic.
Yeah, exactly.
Jesus Christ.
It didn't smell bad. It was okay. There's all the beer and everything else that was on that damn mic.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck, yeah, it probably wasn't the worst thing.
Beer, a little vagina juice.
Oh, no.
So anyway,
that is insane.
After that show, I had about 3 girls go back to the hotel with me. And my dad says, he asks me, he says, do you know these girls? I said, Dad, I've never seen these girls in my whole life. He says, damn it, son, you're gonna go places.
Yeah, as a father, you know, it's in a way, it's like, okay, be careful, but also, goddamn, my son. It's like,
my boy, I'm so proud of him.
Literally, that was like first and only time he was really proud of me. He was so proud of me.
He just like, he saw like, okay, there's some traction here.
Yeah.
Some people are noticing, and then he, you know, but he probably came from a different background.
The way he looked at it was, if you could make girls do this, then you got something.
Honestly, that's it, yeah.
X factor.
And that's what's needed a lot in entertainment is like that spark, that getting the go-getter kind of thing most of the time.
They don't have it today.
No, that's what I was saying. Is it's so like a lot of people, a lot of actors in movies, they're not playing a personality. They're hired because of their personality. Like whether it's on social media or it's in the world, and they're hired for something that they already have. They're not expected to be someone else. They're not expected to act. And here you are, you know, getting into these characters and trying your best. And it's just, sometimes it's crazy to see that, like, you know, movies like Blood Diner aren't what people talk about in, like, you know, the household. Like, Blood Diner should at least be up there with, like, household 80s slasher movies by default, in my opinion.
100%.
Like, it's easily one of the best. And I don't know why people, like, maybe it's just accessible. Like, it's just not shoved in your face. Like, no one's really, like, shoving Blood Diner in everyone's face like all these other movies. And it's like, you know what I'm saying? Things just get muddy and they get saturated with just mundane shit.
Now, to give you a little pretense of why we talk about Blood Diner a little bit, that Blood Diner is really the main reason why we do this show. And we've been talking to Carl for probably about a year of getting him on to really talk to him and see what, like, the whole process of the movie. So the reason that we talk so highly is it brought our love of movies together, and it made us just like want to get in it. And it all the shots, all the, like, the soundtrack, the debauchery in that movie is just, it's just beautiful. It's just beautiful.
And like I said, like that movie, we used to do the same thing that everyone else does, like have a couple beers and watch like a movie. And we wound up watching it one night with a couple friends, and it was just one of those movies that I was laughing the whole time, and it was just everything I wanted. Like every time I wanted something to happen, it happened. Like, so homeboy gets thrown to the ground, and then I see a car with hydraulics, and I'm like, please flatten his head, and then it does, and I'm like, oh, these guys, like seriously, this is insane. And I'm sorry to cut you off. Is there any way you could send the invitation to Carl from this room, if that's possible? I can try to do it right now. I don't know how to pull this up, and I don't want to take you off the screen and mess with a bunch of stuff.
I'll contact him.
Yeah, I'm just messaging him. I sent him a room earlier because I was testing the stream, and I think I might have confused him.
He'll text me back in a second.
Yeah, I'm just gonna send that to him. The first link I sent to him.
But that's crazy that you guys have known each other since Blood Diner.
Let me tell you how I met him. I I walk on set. I'm in the parking lot,
Right.
and this beautiful black hearse drives up. And I look inside, it's Carl. And that's how I met him.
Yeah.
He drove up the black hearse.
Man has a beautiful taste in cars.
Oh, yeah.
I
Yeah,
tell you
what is he driving now? Like we saw him get out of like it was a limo with 19 doors, and I couldn't believe it. No, I don't know what
he's he may be hoofing it. I don't know. I don't know. He may have a limo occasionally, but
Yeah.
I think right now he just moved to Vegas, so I don't think he has his transportation set up yet.
I wanted to wait to ask him, but do you know if he brought any of the things that he had from
His nightclub?
Are you serious? Is this for real?
What's that?
Okay, I don't want to alarm anyone, but it's saying that
Just
it said 3 or more. It's a 3 or more. Well, I'm probably gonna have to put a card and shit in now. We can't. We don't have time. Is there a way to stop the call and then start a new one? Because we got to get Carl anyway, so we might as well stop the call and then try a new one.
I think
It's saying something that we have to upgrade Zoom. I've never used Zoom until this morning and stuff when I was talking to Carl.
Oh yeah. If you don't pay for it, it limits you to like an hour or something like that.
Oh shit! But if we start a new meeting, is it like does it restart?
It'll probably ask it.
All right. Would you be willing to like create a new thing? We'll start the interview fresh with Carl. You guys, we'll do the 40 minutes to an hour, and then we'll start the movie, and you guys can go on your merry way.
Whatever you want to do.
Okay, yeah, let's do that, and we will I will send you the information. I'll
if
send
anything, we'll try something else that will let us.
Yeah, like I know Zoom was easy for him and stuff, and I want to make sure this works, but I wasn't aware that like this was.
No, I didn't know that
I
either.
Literally, I could have swore it said 2 or more, or like 3 or more participants in a call. So I don't know why.
I have a Zoom account, so I have unlimited time.
Yeah, on our, I mean, like I could try to do it. I just don't want to fight with this like live if I can help it.
Okay.
So yeah, let me. I'm gonna give the new room to Carl, and then if he can give it to you, I'll talk to him right now. Unless you can just talk to him, right? Is that possible?
Well, I text him. He's not answering.
Yeah, and I sent him the room we're in now too, and I just want to make sure that he gets it.
Oh, there he is.
Oh, he's here. Of course.
John?
What's good?
What's
All
up,
right.
bud?
You're slipping me some bad numbers there.
I know. I'm so sorry. I gave you the room earlier for the
better be.
test. I am. I promise. I am. So we have another issue though, Carl.
Oh no.
So I don't have Zoom Prime or whatever it is, and it says it's gonna end the call in 10 minutes. Is there any way we can start a new call and do it, or I can upgrade live if you guys give me a few minutes? I just have to enter some information. I'm guessing because
Okay.
Upgrade live.
like Zoom, like upgrade Zoom because it says I only have like a 40-minute call. Like what are you gonna do? 40
It
minutes?
says we have 7 minutes and 40 seconds. And
Okay, upgrade it, baby. Upgrade
All right. Give me 1 second, guys.
yeah.
And while
it.
I'm doing this, yeah. So you guys met on Blood Diner, and yeah, let's just start with that. Like Blood Diner, how was filming, and what do you think the most tedious role was? Let's say the most tedious role, or like the most difficult scene. Let's say.
Go on, Dino.
Oh, the most tedious role was deciding which topless aerobic dancer to hit on.
See,
we were taking breaks with Rick. Rick was the lead actor.
Yeah.
And Rick and I are musicians, and so we were talking about our different, interests in music. And then all these girls walk up, covered in fake blood, and they're all
right.
So we had a lot of fun, cleaning the blood off of them.
Very respectful. Very respectful. Yeah.
With their teeth. Yeah.
Yeah.
we were really talking about that.
Syrup.
We were
The blood is so sweet they got a bunch of cavities too.
we were talking about that scene, and we were talking about how you guys were wearing like probably the funniest fucking mask. I think
it was Reagan
and
someone else?
somebody else.
Oh yeah.
Oh my.
That was Reagan and Nancy Reagan. Yeah.
Nancy
Oh,
Reagan. Okay.
It was Ronald. And
Oh
Nancy.
my God.
Oh my.
Those Macs were perfect. Perfect.
So cool.
Everybody in the chat says hi, guys. So, if you want to wave hi to the chat, everybody's hanging.
And honestly, I'm trying my best to upgrade, and I don't know if you can do it while you're in a call. Do you guys know if you can upgrade?
I've never used Zoom.
I've gotten count, so I could start the meeting.
Oh, okay. So it will still it'll be unlimited on our end.
Yeah.
All right. I'm so sorry. I
Awesome.
really appreciate the patience with this, guys. I wasn't aware. Like I'm old fashioned. I use Facebook, FaceTime, and Discords.
Hey, I was still using MySpace, so.
MySpace.
Oh my goodness, yes.
Bring it back.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, that was good times, dude. So much
So
like.
you gonna send us a link, Dino?
I guess.
Yeah, just do it. And shut up.
Well,
It's just.
I'll try to do it right now.
Yeah. I go back further. I go to LiveJournal. Hey.
Live journal.
I
Oh my God,
I-
AOL.com in the chat.
That was
AOL.com.
pre MySpace. Yeah.
Fucking A, dude.
Pre MySpace. We got AOL chat rooms in the chat here.
Okay, so we're waiting on him now.
All right, good
Yes,
luck.
sir.
What a beautiful sight on our screen, guys at home.
How was the car wash,
It is
Carl?
him.
Oh, delicious. Yeah. They'll only find bones left. Yes.
Only find bones.
Oh man. Yeah, but Dino is what a guy. He's a sweetheart. Like
He's hilarious.
He's a really good
amazing.
guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just the way he describes stuff. It's so nice to talk to you guys, man. It really is.
It's all about the titties. Yes, sir.
Yes. He was telling us about the early days of King White Trash and playing live
yeah.
and the fake blood and all that. You know how it is. Yeah. But
I
it's,
thought I've touched with him for a few years, but when I finally hooked up, we just roared with laughter for about 2 weeks on the phone. Yeah. And then we started doing stuff together. Yeah.
isn't that nice when you just call someone up you haven't talked to in a while and like, because some people get bitter when you don't talk for a while, but some people just are, I'm one of those people. I'm like
you never left. Yeah.
yeah. I'm I'm not a
100%.
very upkeep heavy guy. Like I'm pretty chill as long as you stay in touch eventually. No hard feelings. None of that shit. But yes, if you wanted to relay the link to me, because I don't think I have Dino on social media, but I do have you.
Okay.
So if you want to relay, whenever you get the link and stuff, you can relay to me, and then I'll get it squared.
Okay, hold on 1 sec.
Mhm. You got some blue ass eyes.
I just checked it and I'm like, mm-hmm.
Let's go. And dude, everyone's excited. We've been talking about this movie for so long. I'm sure everyone's like, all right, can we just fucking watch it? And I'm really excited to bring this to everyone. It's just like, what's in there?
Well,
Can you say?
what a roller coaster it was? Oh, you have no idea. Yeah.
I was gonna ask you. I was talking earlier in the car. Do you do any impressions?
Of who?
Anyone?
Anybody?
Do you know anyone?
Too many.
Yeah.
Too many.
Let's see.
Oh yeah, baby, amen. Yeah, no, I got messed up. I played a 92-year-old black lady in the movie.
Really?
Oh yes, I did.
Oh my God! Have you seen Soul Man?
Yeah.
Have you seen Soul Man?
I got messed up like Flip Wilson as a kid, and then it was Eddie Murphy with what's her name? In Norbit. What was that?
Was it Rasputia?
Rasputia.
Yes,
Yeah.
Rasputia.
That was the best I've ever seen. Even Medea paled with Rasputia. How you doing?
How you doing? I weigh 185. She's getting on the slide.
That's right. Yeah.
Fucking movie, man.
You ever see the movie? New York Ripper?
No.
You've never seen the New York Ripper?
All right, so
No.
the killer calls the police and he talks like Donald Duck. So it's like
You have to. I can't.
It's so good.
It's one of the weirdest slasher movies. It's like there's just like a retired cop. It's almost like Seven, where there's a retired cop and it's his last day on the job, and then there's one last job, and he's like, wait, how does he kill his victims? And then he just gets sucked back into the job, even though he's trying to retire. and someone's just
Yep.
killing all these hookers on the Golden Gate Bridge, and he does like a Donald Duck voice, and it's like the
Oh, that's
weirdest fucking movie.
How charming.
Wasn't who was it? I don't think it was one of the Coppolas. I'm gonna look it up. The New York Ripper. It was someone pretty.
I think it was one of the. I think it was one of the policemen in Maniac Cop. If I'm not
maybe
wrong.
the same.
that
Yeah, one of
movie.
the same guy. No, it was Lucio Fulci.
There he is.
Lucio
Oh
Fulci.
wow, well that's amazing.
Yeah.
Those Italian people, yeah, some of those movies. Maybe who did Zombie? The zombie with the Italian zombie.
Oh
movie
yeah,
where
that
the-
was also him. Yeah, that's him right here. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
Lucio
yeah.
Fulci.
where he's the zombie's eating the shark. Yeah, it's so funny.
What? I don't think I've seen this.
Oh come on! It's on the island, and the zombie's underneath the water, and a shark tries to bite him, and he takes a bite out of the shark. Come on.
No way.
Jesus.
Oh yeah, it's
No way.
classic, man. Classic.
Let's see. I'll pull it up for the fucking future
Ooh.
of today's episode. Oh, did we just get fucking kicked? Carl. All right, we'll wait for the link. I'll message him real quick. Guys, see, this isn't a complete disaster. We've had Carl and Dino on. It's fucking great, and let's just start a new call, and we will fucking set this up.
Boys, when I tell you this is insane,
It's so fucking cool, dude.
I need another beer, by the way.
Yeah, and these are good, by the way. These fucking pumpkin beers. These
There's no no's. We're getting a link. We're getting back into everybody. You know,
Don't
there's
make
no
me-
no's.
don't make me use this
We're
fucking
coming
knife.
back.
I got a lot of bread I gotta cut through. Oh, this is not even my fucking Facebook.
You can log me out.
No, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use my fucking phone, and then I'm gonna send you the link, and then I'm gonna join from you. Guys, episode 89, Blood Diner 1987.
We have two of the main. Well, Dino plays I would say he plays a big part in that movie. Two main characters from the film talking to tonight, and it's a beautiful thing. I can't wait to ask Carl about all the shit we have for him.
Yes, and like I said, I have so many more questions, and I can't wait to just get into this and finally start the real interview. This is just the intro of the show, guys. And how you liking these lights? I look sinister. I look like Reanimator. He sent me a number.
I think you might be able to call on Zoom. So bring up Zoom real quick. And it might be, yeah, put that number in there. I don't need a costume, Ness. I have the shirt on. I have the shirt on.
Oh, yeah, your shirt. Yeah, show them your shirt. Your shirt's fucking sick. I thought you had the original.
No, I can grab that to you if you want.
Oh, I was going to wear the original, but I am dressed as Anwar today, guys.
Uncle Anwar.
Uncle
who
Anwar.
we will meet
I
in the
have a
movie.
surprise for you.
I've got a surprise for you.
Oh, you gotta do the cap. These motherfuckers. Does spaces matter in this shit? Come on with this, dude. There we go.
Hey.
Hey.
Well,
Let me just double check, make sure the camera's working. It did take a second last time. Okay, testing. Hey.
hey.
Yeah.
Hey.
Hello again. Thank you so much for bringing us back. Like, it means a lot. Thank you so much. And then,
It's Is Carl there?
Carl sent me the information for this room, so he should be here. I think he has the information because he just sent it to me.
I think he's having a hard time reading or something.
Reading? His eyes are too blue.
I don't know what's going on because he says he can't get in.
Yeah, we were having trouble too getting in. What did you do to get in so we can probably relay?
I just did my password. Like he sent me like PW space and then the password, and I'm like an idiot. I kept putting in PW, and I was like, okay, so.
Oh, no.
Yeah, no, he probably was putting in PW because I did that twice at first, like an idiot, and I was like, oh, it's like as in password. Yeah, but you also have to do the capitals. You have to like the lower cases and the capitals. I think have to be legit.
Yeah.
And this fucking camera is giving me diarrhea. I swear.
I'm sorry.
We have cameras on screen right now, so the audience sees us, but I just want to make sure that you see us, just so you can match a face to an ass.
The face to the ass.
I see.
There we go. The clock.
The clock.
If you break that, I'm not spending another $80
no,
on you.
I know. I have one of these. You know, you might have seen one from Blood Diner, one of these cat clocks, and it's one of my prized possessions. It's amazing, and yeah, the back comes off and stuff, so I can go in there and get in there deep, all the way to the hilt. You ever do that with a lady? You ever lay her down and go all the way to the hilt?
Yeah. So if you hear synth in the back, I'm playing all my synths that I have on my table here. Yeah.
You might.
So if you get really confused and start hearing like background music,
yeah, if you hear this,
it's us.
Okay.
We have the mixer plugged in, but yeah. So what did you listen to today? Like while you were in the shower, while you were driving, like what do you listen to on the day to day?
Well, I've been working on a documentary about the LA rock and roll scene back in the 1960s and late 50s, and I've been listening to a lot of stuff from that era.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was listening to Bobby Fuller, which I never was that interested in Bobby Fuller other than I Fought the Law.
I fought the law, right? Yeah. Isn't that guy? Okay.
He's incredible, and he writes great songs. Plus, he is a really good producer. He made great sounding records.
And that's like kind of what you've been listening to lately. And obviously, if you're making a documentary, you want to like listen to music from that time, right?
I like Bobby Fuller. I kind of got into him while doing this documentary, so I listened to him a lot, and I also listen to, Indian music. I listen to all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's sick though, because like even the '60s, like I love like old Marty Robbins, Pete Drake, stuff like that, Paul Anka. That era. I mean, I guess that's more 50s, let's say, but it's definitely similar time.
Greg
and
McFarland,
like,
George McFarland,
Gary McFarland. That was more 70s and
whatever.
80s. I love Gary McFarland. Oh my goodness, Soft Samba, what an album.
Came out of LA. LA was a really happening scene back in the early 60s, right when the Beatles hit. It was a very vibrant rock and roll scene. And a lot of people don't realize that.
And like, how old were you? Like obviously you kind of grew up with the Beatles, right? That was around your time.
Yeah, I saw them on the Ed Sullivan Show.
That's insane.
Wow.
And like live on TV, like your television when it came out. Wow.
We used to watch Ed Sullivan every Sunday night. So here comes the Beatles, and all my cousins were there, the girls, and they were they loved the Beatles. Yeah. And I thought, man, I don't know. I think Elvis is better.
That is insane, though.
And then the next week they came on again. The Beatles came back on next Sunday, and or the following Sunday. And after that, I said, okay, the Beatles are the guys. After that,
yeah.
I never looked back after that.
And I love their sound too, and I don't want to cut you off, but like, do you think that it was like immediate that they took the world by storm, or do you think it was like an acquired taste and then it just took off, or how did you see it?
Well, you're not going to give up your heroes that easily. Elvis was a hero.
Mhm.
Me, so I wasn't about to just jump ship. But after seeing the Beatles again, I said, "No, these guys are going. They sold me."
Yeah. What songs did they play on the Ed Sullivan Show? Do you remember?
Yeah, She Loves You, and I Want to Hold Your Hand.
Oh yeah, beautiful songs.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what else. Oh yeah, they did. I think they did Boys. Ringo sang that.
Right.
And I think they might have done Roll Over Beethoven possibly.
Okay. That's a good little set list though.
A long time, 7 years old or something.
Yeah. I wasn't wasn't asking. Just see if you remember, because
Well, keep in mind that I was already singing in nightclubs.
right.
My mother when the Beatles came on Ed Sullivan, so I already acquired taste in music.
Right.
I was, more into the, I don't know, I guess say Frank Sinatra type stuff.
Right.
But the Beatles changed all that. I lost interest after that in Frank Sinatra or Elvis. I was by then I was into rock and roll.
Oh yeah, because then the 70s and 80s came, and it was like, oh, I can't imagine. I was born in '93, and I missed a lot, but I also didn't in a way. But what do you say?
Missed the whole thing.
I missed the whole thing. Fuck.
We both missed
I was so close.
At least you got YouTube.
Yeah,
Right,
and that's
yeah.
another thing too. It's like a double-edged sword, because like seeing the Beatles on TV was probably insane, because music wasn't so accessible and so like saturated, let's say, and they were probably, I mean, they still are superheroes, but like you didn't really see a lot of it. It wasn't everywhere. Not everyone was playing music, and not everyone had YouTube and all this shit where everyone can just kind of pick up the guitar and stuff. They could, but there's something about seeing other people do it over and over that you're like, I can fucking do that. I can do that. But if you just see these people out of nowhere just on your TV singing harmoniously, making crazy songs, you're gonna be like, holy shit. And was that a sound that was prevalent, or do you feel like they pioneered that sound? I mean, they had a lot of different sounds, albeit.
You mean the Beatles?
Yeah, like that. I don't even know how to describe it. Just that like sunshine, harmonious
That's a
togetherness.
That's a good way.
Yeah.
A completely unique sound that no one had ever done. It was completely unique when it came out.
And it seems so, like, with all due respect, like, not generic, but it's almost like everyone missed the point and they went back to the basics, and it was like beautiful. But they also had some really bizarre, like, experimental songs and stuff. And I don't know, when you have the time and all your bills are paid in a way, you definitely can explore. You're not like, you can kind of be freer and try weird shit. And some people make fucking shit no one understands. I'm not a big Yoko. Was it Uno or Ono?
Oh no. Like,
if her last name is Ono,
like,
you should fucking stay.
Like, oh no, she's yelling again.
The last name should be Mud.
Yeah, she's always like, ay, 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 ay. And I guess it's pretty cool, but it's fucking like something else.
If I went to an art gallery and she was hooting and hollering, I don't know if I.
The Hoot and Holler House. Yes. Now, I was telling Carl, I was telling him, like, he said he tried the password like 10 times and it wasn't working. I'm trying. He says, won't let me in.
Yeah.
Let
me see here.
Yeah, can you force choke him into the chat, like, over Zoom? Is there, like, a way to, have the computer turn into, like, a machine?
Yeah.
Just grab him by the throat.
So much crap here. Okay, hold on. Okay.
I challenge Carl to a blue eye contest, says Jess. Nice. They're pretty fucking blue.
They are pretty blue.
But she's got, like, they're not, like, very saturated blue. They're, like, a very soft. They're not, like, you know what I'm saying? They're not super saturated. Carl's got daggers. And I was going to ask you, Dino, like, was it scary working in a movie with Jeffrey Dahmer?
No, man, walks around in tidy whities. I'm not too scared of that
guy. He's like, I'm 6'5", 7 foot with the hair and the shoes in tighties. I don't give a shit.
With the tidy whities on, it wasn't too threatening.
Yeah, you might switch me back from boxer briefs to white tighties because I think you might be onto something.
Well, I can't wait till Carl Dahmer Part 2 because I want to reprise of the tidy whities.
We want to when he gets in here, we want to ask him how he feels about the whole resurgence of Dahmer with the new Netflix show.
Yeah, because there was my friend Dahmer, which had Austin from Austin and Alley, and then there was the Evan Peters one, and yeah, Secret Life of Jeffrey Dahmer. We were watching clips of it earlier, and I had watched clips previously, just talking about Blood Diner when I first met him, and I might as well save how I met Carl through when he gets here if he's able, because I drew some fan art and he saw it, and then we just started talking and it was nuts. I drew Anwar in a brain. I think I have it somewhere. I should have pulled it up. I'm an idiot. Let me see if I can find it. But yeah, it was crazy.
I sent him another invite, so hopefully, okay, I can't. He's not. He's doing something incorrect.
Yeah, because like when I joined, like I had to keep the capitals like in the password where it has like capital V, lowercase L. Like it wouldn't let me get in unless I kept the capitals. Here's the jar. For all the folks at home, this is what started it all, frankly. I drew this little sweetheart.
Oh man, I remember that
this
one.
Why do I feel like it was way more like saturated, like the neons?
No, that was it.
Really? Maybe I've just progressively got more perverted with my lighting.
You should show Dino.
Oh yeah, I could probably pull it up. It's just hard. I'm gonna have to lean my ass over. I'm gonna do the teacher's lean. You ever see when a teacher leans over a table? I don't know why they go so far. I didn't even see that.
Oh yeah, there you go. I see that
little brain I drew of Anwar, and that was like on a whim. I was like, what should I draw today? And I was like, I like brains in a jar, and I love Blood Diner, might as well. And then he added me on Facebook, and we've been best pals. We talk every night. He tucks me in. He sings me sweet songs of old and new. I don't know. Talking into the mic, Chris. I'm talking into the mic.
Yeah.
Sorry, maybe I was leaning back.
What can I tell you about?
What was that?
What else can I tell you about Blood Diner?
Oh, I got some stuff for you. And so you could start with, let's say, the most tedious scene. I mean, you weren't in the whole movie, let's say. I'm sure you were close by with everything going on and definitely giving your creative direction. How long was that last climax scene, would you say? And I can't imagine being a fly on the wall.
Yeah.
That was probably the coolest.
How many takes was that? That's definitely something I would love to know.
2 or 3 days.
Oh my god.
That's fun though. I just being able to be in a room full of people in costume and music for 3 days. That sounds fucking insane.
Yeah, that.
Was there would you say obviously 3 days is what it took, but did it eventually feel dragged out like Jesus Christ? Like, are we done with this? Because essentially that was like the pivotal scene.
I was so used to that kind of stuff that, I was always, I had done bit parts in movies, previously, and the adage, hurry up and wait, was always, I was very aware about that. Just that's the whole thing. When you're on a movie set or even in a recording studio, it's all about hurry up and wait.
Yeah.
Kind of being ready for anything kind of thing, would you say?
You gotta be patient. You gotta, just let everyone do their job, and you can't lose it.
Oh yeah.
A lot of people are very unprofessional, and they get real rattled if they have to wait around too long.
Oh no, because the nerves, it's kind of just it's like getting a nut out. It's kind of just like, bro, because even like playing in a band over the years and stuff, being on stage, like there's something about if I'm playing like next to last or last, like I'm kind of just like I want to get this out of my system.
Oh yeah,
you know, it's even like this.
100%.
It's even like tonight's episode in this interview. Like part of me was just like I want to get to it because, like I have to consider all this stuff and I wanted everything to go swimmingly, and naturally on the show there's a couple hiccups, but we're all love. But yeah, like sometimes I totally get the idea of if you're in costume and you're in that mind state, you kind of just want to get it out of your system. Like you just want to do it, get it over with. And some of the best things are kind of done with that. But yeah, hurry up and wait makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
And,
Plus, it's actually for me it was fun because we had stashed beer and pizza, all kinds of stuff, in our van. So we just hung out in the van with a bunch of chicks and
hell yeah, dude.
It always comes back to the ladies, right?
Well, that's the whole point.
Yeah,
why
no,
else?
no,
Why walk around in whitey tighties if there's not a couple ladies' eyes
Listen,
batting their?
you gotta do it.
Yeah, you live once, right? Or maybe twice, but
then
just
if
in
there
case.
Back then, if there wasn't a good-looking girl, I wasn't very interested.
And plus, like, I feel like that's why women are like drawn to Hollywood is because like chicks like fun, Cyndi Lauper,
Right.
just want to have fun. And if you're an entertainer, typically you create fun where there isn't any, and that totally makes sense as to why chicks would be prevalent, obviously. And then the '80s and horror, there's there's things flopping everywhere. There's things hanging,
Jiggling,
and flopping and jumping and smacking. And
Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of the Me Too thing. I thought it was very hypocritical.
yeah, like I get the idea of it, but it's there's something a little. You gotta ask questions. Is all I'm gonna say. We try not to be political on the show. We try to keep it, because people get enough of that fucking shit every day. But yeah, I feel like people need to think for themselves and stop just believing everything they fucking hear. For sure, for fucking sure.
Well, here's the deal. It was, there's a difference between what goes on, let's say, on college campuses
Mhm.
and what goes on, in a Supreme Court justice's, rec room or whatever they do.
Mhm.
right?
Always, there's that world, but then there's showbiz. And
Yeah.
showbiz is a whole different
Yeah.
category.
There's
And anything goes.
no, it
Basically,
really is. Yeah, like there's a lot of sacrifice, and not that it's okay or it's like cool or like but it's one of those things where you got to do your best to like pay attention to yourself in the world, and a lot of people want to just change the world overnight, and it's like sometimes you got to do your own due diligence and like try not to go where things are kind of commonplace. Let's say,
it's like everyone is a willing participant in show business.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody that goes to these parties where there's sex and drugs,
Mm-hmm.
everybody there is a willing participant.
Mm.
Yeah, like it's like one of those things. Like I'm not gonna, Jesus Christ.
So I wasn't going to tell you that. Oh, I didn't expect that. I call bullshit. I call bullshit. Anybody that goes to a party late at night at a producer's house is going there to be a willing participant.
I'm
sorry.
sure. I'm sure there's a lot of that, and it's like what people don't talk about, like the politicians. Like I wonder if politicians get together and they fart and they stick things in and they do the old in out with everyone. You got Bush on Hillary. You got Hillary on Obama. You got Obama on Michelle. They're all docking each other.
You got Bush on Bush.
You got big Bush. You got little Bush. You got old, young, not too young.
Let me tell you.
Oh no, the politicians. Never mind.
I did some shows for some politicians in Washington, D.C. And I can tell you firsthand, politicians party a lot harder than rock and roll people.
Oh, I can only imagine.
Yeah, because after all, like rock and roll performers actually have to go perform, unlike politicians. They could just go. They don't have to like, you know what I'm saying? Like maybe they go read a teleprompter, but rock and roll stars, you typically have to get up in the fucking morning and go play a show, right?
Yeah, I
You know?
mean, you've been on
I don't
tour.
know. You show me one functioning politician, and I'll show you. I don't know.
So my next question for you, Dino, Do you know what the budget was for Blood Diner, and how much of that went to
You.
know,
How much you have in your pocket right now?
No, how much would that went to like if you know like the rundown, went to costumes, went to set design.
They gave me some money for costumes and such, but they gave me personally, I think about $3,500.
Oh my
That's
goodness.
what I made on the show.
And in '87, that was like what, $900,000 with inflation.
$100,000 probably.
Fuck, dude. And like okay, go on. I don't want to interrupt you. I'm sorry.
Well, it was a Vestron production. So they had a little bit of dough, and they ended up, giving me it was a decent amount of money. $3,500 back in the '80s was nothing to sneeze at. It was a decent amount of money, especially for a musician.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm sure it helped. It wasn't like Steve Jobs, but it was still something.
I mean, we were making $1,500 a pop. We played nightclubs, so to get $3,500, that wasn't too bad.
No, seriously, and it's like,
yeah.
and it's not like you're out there breaking bricks and like you're not landscaping. You're being an entertainer, and you're getting out there and you're meeting people and you're meeting ladies.
Your head was getting exploded.
Yeah, your head was getting exploded.
I don't know what's going on here. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you guys, but
No, you're good.
I feel bad for Carl. Yeah, I'm trying to help him, and I'm not trying to be on my phone during the show. I'm not playing Angry Birds. I just, I feel bad for homeboy.
Yeah, he's doesn't get it. Let me see. Hold on a second. What? I want to see if he can send me his email.
Yeah, we're here, and everyone in the chat's loving it. I'm glad you guys are watching. We have some questions too. Was there anything that got scrapped in the film? Are you aware of anything that like big, small?
Not really, but I do have an interesting. Well, I think it's interesting. Story about the scene in the movie. We were, doing the nightclub scene, and somebody made an observation that this movie's called Blood Diner, but there's no blood. So we need blood.
Yeah, it's mostly innards. If anything, it's mostly innards. Yeah.
They used our scene in the nightclub as a way to introduce buckets of blood.
And you were honored. Were you like, yes, please? Like,
yeah, it was wonderful.
Yeah, dude. It's like a huge fucking like self-esteem boost. Like, you're gonna use my scene for all the blood, like literally in the first word of the movie's blood.
Now speaking of your scene, that song, was it Stud Pony? Did you write that for that scene, or did you have that already written? Because I can't find that, a recording of that anywhere.
That was on my first album.
Okay.
And you can get that online. I'll send you a link.
Yes, please. We will. We will support.
Add us on Facebook. We'll definitely. We want to keep in touch. We want to see what you guys are doing.
It's on Apple Music.
Apple Music.
Apple Music.
Nice,
Awesome.
Nice. Yeah.
But that song, I feel like that song just it went with the movie, and everybody that hasn't seen Blood Diner in the chat, everybody that it felt so perfect for the movie, and just like it just brought together how crazy
because it's upbeat, it's like big chords, and it's just like, and the cops are closing in, and it's a pivotal scene, and it's just it literally is like the perfect like canvas for everything to lay on, and it's so nice.
Like we were saying before, how they wanted the Cramps first, but like that, I feel like Stud Pony it would be that just fits that scene so perfectly, and as much as it would be cool to see Lex in that part, it's so much cooler seeing you going crazy, absolutely nuts on the stage while Sheetar's going fucking opening up,
puking her guts out,
and eating eating arms and eating heads and shit.
Yeah, eating George's head.
Yeah.
And I'm honestly like I feel like I said, I feel like it's good that they had the King of White Trash and not Cramps, because like it also bolstered you. Do you feel like it helped you as well? Like it helped put you on the map?
We had been on MTV already, and we were getting very well known, all over the U.S. really, because of MTV. And we were, I was doing stuff with Miles Copeland, with IRS Records, and they were talking about signing us to IRS Records, but it just never worked out. We were a little too over the top for Miles.
Isn't that tragic?
Yeah.
Like people just need to get the fuck over things sometimes. Like where is the fucking the iron skin?
Yeah.
Like why? I just, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to get into it, but yeah, like I really wish people were more open with things and just like kind of put their emotions on a shelf for a second.
Yeah, I don't think the King of White Trash would have sold. It probably sold very well on the underground, but getting signed to a big label.
Yeah,
like that,
it's not going to be on.
I don't know how it would have done in the United States, but when we were in Europe, we were actually on a major label. I was on EMI in Europe.
Okay.
Maybe America. Maybe it's just America is very like.
Yeah, it is.
It's like very guilty and very like afraid to like what it likes. It's weird. We're living in a very foreign. Even back then, I'm sure it was also very similar. Just the attitude America has about some things, especially art.
Yeah, they liked us a lot in Europe when we were over there, and we were on shows with, Sting and freaking Depeche Mode.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Dude, that's sick.
That is so crazy.
Yeah, and I remember doing a show with Depeche Mode, and it was on the French version of Saturday Night Live. They have their own version of that out there.
What? You said in France, like a France Saturday Night Live?
Out of Paris. They have a Saturday Night Live in Paris, France. And it hits like 25 million people all over France. It's like the biggest show that you can be on in Paris.
Holy shit. And you guys were on it? Were you in character or did you guys perform?
I was on it in character. And that was a big thing. That was like, after that, when I'd walk down the street, people would recognize me and they'd stop me on the street.
And you said Paris, right? Have you never been there before and people just knew you in a different country?
That was my first time in Paris.
That's so cool.
I went back many times and actually became my second home. I mean, I was so comfortable there, and everybody was so nice to me that it was like when I would go there, it was like going home. It was so much fun.
That's so sick, man. That's crazy. I'm trying to think.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but like I'm trying to help Carl, man. I feel so bad for him. He's hitting me up right now trying to figure this shit out. I feel like a fucking pain in the ass.
Is there anything that you're working on for the future of things? Is there a possible like Dino Lee comeback? Is there anything?
I already did that a few years ago.
Okay.
We did it, and I wrote a song for the occasion.
Okay.
You can find it on YouTube.
Okay.
It's called the Dino Lee Reunion Show, and the song I wrote, it's called Fat Titty Japanese.
Fat titties?
Japanese.
Well, I've said that before on the show. I'd be like, yo, she got some fat titties. No one says fat titties, and it's like poetry to me. It just sounds funny. No one says, yeah, but what were we saying? So fat titty, what was it?
Japanese.
Fat titty Japanese?
Yeah.
And what is this?
I got the name when we were in D.C. We played for some politicians there in D.C.
Oh, so that goes back to the whole politician show that you were talking about.
At the inaugural ball.
That's crazy.
Presidents, which will remain nameless. And we were at a Thai restaurant before the show, and this waitress comes up She has huge knockers.
You knocking plates over?
My drummer, she's Asian too. So my drummer, and it's very rare to see an Asian girl with, big knockers.
Yeah, they're mostly like a 14-year-old boy, right? Usually, typically. No offense, Lee, no offense.
My drummer, who's Guatemalan, he looks up at her. He goes, "Damn, fat titty Japanese." So I love a song about it.
That's fucking sick.
He's like, I love this, so I wrote a song about it. Dude, I can't imagine. Like, yeah, I've never been outside of the country. I've been to, like, California once. I've been to Florida, a little bit of the East Coast. But, yeah, Easter Island sounds cool. I want to see one of those big fucking stone heads.
Huh.
Yeah, I can't.
Okay.
I can't message freaking Carl.
Yeah, he said like, do you think, is there a way to set up like a max amount of participants in this room? Is it only like a personal call with you and I maybe? And
I invite as many people as I want.
Yeah.
But I just can't. I can't get it to him for some reason. He just doesn't. It's not. I mean, let me see here. Maybe I can. I hate the dead hair. The dead hair is so bad. I'm sorry.
No, believe me. Like we're believe me, this is a
hanging-
good show, and we're crackheads usually. So I'm sure the audience is like, oh my god, like they're not talking for like they're finally given a little bit.
Yeah,
of...
we don't shut up. The whole show is just us talking.
Gives everybody a chance to get their booze or their drug of choice or whatever.
Exactly. That's what it literally before any show starts. We set up a post. Hey, get your popcorn, your drinks, whatever you're fucking doing for the night, and come hang out.
And this is my thing. Like just like the movies we like, the show we get it done, but we don't take it super seriously. We're not formal. I'm not. This isn't like Fox or CNN, or this isn't some like hoity-toity. Don't subscribe. Go away. Just kidding. Thank you so much. But you know what I'm saying? Like this is we're very chill and we try to be ourselves in the show. We keep the show going and stuff. So don't be afraid of dead air. We're trying to get Carl on, and everyone is being patient, and I really appreciate the people at home. And we're gonna have a great show and a great movie coming up in just a while.
I got him an invite.
Yeah.
We'll send him a pigeon with a note.
We're not
They
rushing.
still make those, right?
We're not rushing you guys at all. We'll talk to you guys all night. Honestly, I would love to pick your brains about like just anything in general. Like what's your favorite food?
Mm-hmm.
How many times you wipe your ass when you shit? How many
wet wipes? I only use wet wipes nowadays.
Wet wipes, nice.
With the toilet paper, it's too rough.
Yeah, you'll be hitting fucking spine eventually.
I don't know why anybody uses toilet paper anymore with the wet wipes.
Yeah, dude.
Revolutionary.
Everybody's saying wet wipe crew in the chat.
Wet wipe crew. That's actually Carl's real name. It's not Carl Crew. It's Wet Wipe Crew. Wet wipe crew.
Hey,
speaking of crew.
Speaking of the devil, here he is.
Oh my god, I'm
my
so
goodness.
sorry, handsome. I'm so.
You better be.
We're here, guys. How you doing?
Yeah.
All right.
It's so good to see all three of us on the same screen.
Why you?
And
Why I oughta?
And Carl, I just want to say, when you said your car wash was delicious, that's still fucking so funny to me. Like, I keep thinking about that. I'm like, that was so good.
I'll sue you. Superstitious, eh? Oh.
So, while you were getting ready to come back in the chat, we have somebody that wants to battle you for the best blue eyes in the land.
Yeah, some sick fuck in our chat wants to peer into your eyes for an hour and a night. Yeah, but you have very blue eyes.
Who? Me?
Yeah. What the hell? Why are they?
I
Can
think
you,
we should
I have no idea.
can you put in Marilyn Manson context? Do you have anything? And I was actually going to ask.
No, I don't have any context. I'm
Do you-
Swedish, yeah.
Do you have any props from Blood Diner? Like,
Either
with
of you.
I used to have the grave for Anwar Namtut.
Oh
my
my
God.
fucking
Yeah, it was totally fake, and it just fell apart. It was so cheaply made. I also had the body that was supposedly the woman, or that was all the blood was drawn out of. And this is so funny. What happened on the set? See, I got so many hilarious stories.
Please.
We were on the set, and this special effects guy who they hired, and he was just doing terrible. He brought this body in to show Jackie Kong, and she's like, "Okay." And she looked at it. She goes, "What is this?" And she threw it at the guy, and she fired him on the spot.
Really?
And I got to take that body home. Yeah, it was just a piece of garbage. Yeah, it was
but more the memory, right?
Yeah. Well, it was like we saw this other stuntman come in. Yeah, I can do stunts. She was okay. Do it. Okay, you're gonna fall and come at the camera. The guy fell, came at the camera, rolled at Jackie, and kicked her in the stomach. I mean,
Oh my
I
god!
can't believe it. Of course, she fired him right there. I mean, everyone she was bursting out laughing, but firing the guy at the same time.
Is there?
It's just so ridiculous.
Is there a way?
That was at Club Dread when we shot Club Dread. Yeah.
Is there a way to raise the Zoom call? People are asking.
Audio?
Yes.
Yeah, Carl, just give me a test. Go fuck. Or no, can you do your Jeffrey Dahmer voice for me? Is there a way for you to do that?
No idea.
Oh, I'm Jeffrey Dahmer. I'll tell you what, Dexter stole your fucking shtick in that movie. You ever watch Dexter?
Oh, I don't care.
Yeah, but I'm
yeah.
saying,
I actually met writers for Dexter. They came down to the Institute, and I got to meet them. They're really cool. Yeah.
Yeah, because I swear to God, when I watch Dexter, I think of Secret Life. Like the way the
cool.
monotone voiceovers. I'm like, this is literally,
Well, there's a big article that just came out about the. It had the picture of Jeremy Renner, and then Evan Peters, and then the guy who played the young Dahmer. And I'm not in there, but when they came on, they showed my thing first, and but they said Jeremy Renner was the best Dahmer. He was the most convincing, and but I'm the only one that could say that Dahmer saw my movie in prison before he was murdered.
Really? Are you serious?
Yeah.
That's
I stood in
sick.
front of Dahmer's apartment door before they tore the building down. They interviewed me in front of his door. I reached out and touched the door, and
fuck, dude.
Recording
they said,
in progress.
Okay, that's great. Got it. I was standing in front of the door, and I reached out and touched the door just to make circle, like going from writing it to actually standing in front of the door.
Yeah.
And they took a picture, and the director got so pissed because the next day the paper came out and said, Kyle Cruz, star of Jeffrey Dahmer, makes love to Jeffrey Dahmer's door. I was like,
it's a glory hole. You suck your cock in the
that kind of publicity. The director was so pissed. I go, come on, just relax, dude. It's hilarious. But
man,
we did Milwaukee's Talking, and we met the family members. They settled down. They understood there's, it's going to be a film made about it. But by the time we got to Maury Povich, they had whipped him into a frenzy, and it was like a barbecue Carl Cruz show. Yeah.
Can you imagine someone saying, "I just whipped Maury Povich into a frenzy"?
Well, no, they
you
whipped
are not the father.
Family members. Backstage, they whipped the family members into a frenzy, to get ratings,
Yeah, just to get them all fucking crazy when they're just running out.
I mean, I got slapped. I got slapped by Janetta. Janetta was a big old lady. She was the representation of the family. And she came out and slapped me. You Jeffrey Dahmer.
Look, it's the same nose. It's the same nose. They just go up to the picture, like when they show a baby on screen and they're like, it's the father, and they're like, it's the same nose. It's the same nose.
Right. Yeah, this is way before it's the father, because this was when in New York when it was actually when he was kind of a legitimate show. Anyway, whatever.
Oh, he did like a legitimate talk show. I did not know that.
It wasn't so controversial.
Years ago. Yeah, before he moved out to the West Coast. Yeah, he was actually kind of respected back then. But
wow.
Now it's all about who's the father, who's the baby daddy.
Yeah.
Now,
but anyway, I remember when I first saw Dino on the Blood Diner set.
Yeah, we were talking to him. So that was the first question, because we went into the first chat kind of early. So that was the first question that we asked Dino. We asked where you guys met, and the first place he said was you drove up in with your black hearse, and that was.
Oh, I didn't have a hearse. No, I had a couple of limousines, an old white Cadillac limousine, 1961.
Dino, didn't I say he had a limo? I was like, he was.
Same thing.
I had a pink limo, a pink 1960 Cadillac limo too. Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Drove around a bunch of deadbeats in the back.
Well, I used to be a mortician. I used to want a hearse, but then I became a mortician. I didn't care. I just prefer the limos.
I read that you were an embalmer, and I had to ask you that.
Yeah.
And thank you for so tell me about that. How,
Well, I mean, my father was a cardiovascular surgeon, so I grew up seeing heart surgery. So whatever. And I had a friend of mine. He's like, he got a job being an embalmer. He said, dude, you should come down and he goes, we're going to take a run to pick up a body in LA. Do you want to go? I said, sure. So we drove down to LA. This is actually very funny. We drove down in this hearse with a body in the back, and we're driving and we get close to LA and some people are next to us. They go, hey, what's up? And I go, hey, what's up? Yeah, let's smoke a joint. And we pulled over and they got out and they smoked a joint with us,
That's
and then I said, oh yeah, look in the back. And they looked in the back and they freaked out. Man, it was so funny. But the trippy part was we got to the mortuary in LA. We pulled the body out and they opened it up and he was green like a Martian. I was like, and it was something about I don't know, something went wrong with his blood thing. I mean, I'd never seen. I was like, whoa.
Martian Manhunter in the fucking back.
Yeah. It scared the crap out of these kids, It was so funny.
Dude,
but after that, my friend said, dude, they're looking for an apprentice embalmer. I said, whatever. And I was relieved that they weren't in pain, so it was like, but it's like people go, I want to be a mortician. I go, no, you don't.
Yeah,
you have no idea how disgusting it is.
Yeah,
I mean, it's so dirty.
It's crazy, and it's crazy too. And it's just like it's just like there's a weird energy just being around a vessel like that. It's like
a vessel.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That makes sense.
It's not like there's sailing ships there.
Yeah.
Actually, I never had anything supernatural happen to me. When I lived at the mortuary for almost 5 years. Yeah, I lived in the apartments.
You lived in one of the freezers.
Had the 2 student apartments above it. We were apprentice embalmers. So, but nothing ever supernatural ever happened. There was only one time that something weird happened, and I just locked up for the night, and I went upstairs and heard ding dong, and I'm like, who's this? And I go down, and there's a chain on the door. I open the door. I go, yeah, can I help you? Some woman. She's going, I want to kill priests and nuns. And I'm like, oh, okay. I go, there's a Catholic church right across the street. Okay. I shut the door and I went upstairs, and I later on that night I heard it ringing again, but I said,
no, because fuck that.
Not me.
I got friends.
Years later, I was in a movie called Mortuary Maniac, and they were shooting down in Culver City at a mortuary, and that was haunted. That was haunted. Things kept shutting off. The tape, the cameras kept shutting off. It was ridiculous. But I don't believe that they're actual ghosts haunting it. There are other things that haunt.
Yeah, maybe other things. Ghosts, yeah. And I was gonna say, do you think that maybe you didn't see a lot of supernatural things happen at like the morgue or wherever it was because no one really died there? They died elsewhere, kind of thing.
Well, the whole fake story about the ghost people is like, oh, well, these are people who haven't finished their business. Nah, they're not dead people. Dead people don't hang out and haunt that house.
Like fuck business.
What dead house? Yeah, how many rooms? Which bath?
I've never seen a ghost with a briefcase doing business. I've never seen.
Yeah, it's that they're not dead people. They're actually demons. But yeah, a whole nother subject. About that.
Yeah, demons.
So talk about supernatural. My favorite topic to even think about with you is your great grandfather or great uncle.
Yeah. No, my great uncle.
Great uncle was on the filming of the first Bigfoot footage, right?
He didn't film it. No, he drew the map for Patterson and Gimlin 8 years later to find the famous Patterson Gimlin footage.
Oh my God! And
yeah, he drew the map for them, but he took the first plaster cast. I'm gonna plug my phone in here. He took the first plaster cast in 1958 on Mount Shasta. Dude, he named Bigfoot. Bigfoot came from his mouth. Okay, he named Bigfoot.
Sick.
Yeah. So I mean, I spent 2 years writing his screenplay, so hoping to do it. Yeah.
Oh.
But my father and my other uncle were up there vlogging the forest of Shasta with him. It was an amazing trip down memory lane. But anyway,
absolutely wonderful. Did he ever take you up there? And
no. I was a kid. I mean, I met him a couple times. When he came, because he lived in San Francisco for a while too. He worked for Boeing. He was became a engineer for Boeing for a while.
Gotcha.
But yeah, he's like really well respected in the whole cryptozoological world. I mentioned Jerry Crew, and people probably they fall at my feet. Like, oh, get up, dude.
Gotcha.
I've been on tons of podcasts about it. Actually, there's a documentary called Humboldt Bigfoot, which they interviewed me at the Institute for that. Yeah, because I have one of the plaster casts that he took, and I have all the articles, just like huge amount of stuff that I used for writing the screenplay.
One of the plaster the things that he made.
Yeah.
Oh
it's
my God,
pass.
Carl!
It's a fourth pass. It's not all crunchy like the original ones. It's like, you make a copy of a copy of a copy, so it's kind of smooth. When I first saw, like, what is this? And,
That's fucking nuts.
I get it.
That's
it's a fourth
so
pass.
sick.
Yeah, I just pulled up for the audience at home. I just showed him a picture of the cast you sent me, and that is crazy.
Yeah, that's my great uncle. That's that one where he's holding it, right?
Yeah, he's like holding it. It's like a black and white kind of picture.
That's
It looks like
fucking-
sepia.
That thing went global in 1958. It was the first thing to actually go global, and from the Humboldt Times, and yeah, so much crazy history with that. But anyway, back to Blood Diner.
Blood Diner.
Yes,
Well,
yeah,
I'm
sorry.
sure, believe me, like
Yeah.
you can pretty much go wherever you want. Obviously, everyone's here for Blood Diner, but we love just hearing about whatever you have to
Yeah,
say because you're full of fucking crazy shit for
We've
sure.
been
Well, I
wanting-
tell you what. I mean, Dino and I have a hilarious time after Blood Diner. We did a hilarious radio show for a while on KIEV called the Rusty DeFaz Show.
Oh yeah, you were telling me that. Yeah.
Do some Rusty, Dino.
No.
He's like, do some Rusty.
Yeah, we got in so much trouble. He was in full makeup and hair and the whole deal for a radio show. But he was a call-in show, and I would go in the other room and call in as all these different voices, and he would be very obnoxious and. He's like, I'm married and have 2.5 children. That was the whole
2.5 children.
Yeah, and we got so much trouble. The next morning, I get a call from the owner of the studio going, Rusty cannot say he smells women's periods through the phone.
God.
Yeah.
Why
we
not?
actually-
Why? That's
we
like,
actually
why
had
not?
we had a huge audience of like the writers for Saturday Night Live who were fans of Rusty, and a lot of email came in, and not email, but letters, and
Producer,
it was an interesting time.
Donna Kaufman, who was a producer for Pee Wee Herman's Playhouse.
Oh
And-
my God, no way.
Also worked with Phil Hartman, and she was a big fan.
Oh yeah. Tell them about the time.
He called me home one day, and I answered. I said, hello. She said, I'd like to speak to Rusty. I said, okay, hold on, I'll get him. So I came back a few minutes later. Hello? This is Rusty. What do you want? Why are you calling me here? And then she figured it out that I was putting her on, And then she says, I know every comedian in Los Angeles. How come I don't know you? Who are you? So she was very interested.
So cool.
That's amazing.
So you
dude.
guys definitely had a lot of fun together. But like you were saying, let's Blood Diner. Carl, what was one of your favorite shots to do in that movie? I know it's probably really hard to choose. But
Any one of these wearing white panties.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
I need a panty.
Those types of shots.
Dino was telling us about the whitey tighties and all that.
The Dahmer, yeah.
Donger.
He'll never let me forget it. Yeah.
I'm waiting for Dahmer too.
Oh yeah, baby. Wait, yeah, I'm almost done with that script, dude.
Are you fucking
Anyway,
for real?
yeah, I'm writing. Actually, Dahmer became a Christian in prison.
Oh, I'm so interested to because I've never seen that angle in cinema. Like I've never seen.
Oh,
a
no one ever
reformed-
has, and people are gonna freak out because Dahmer is probably in heaven. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, it's gonna mess people up because
Dahmer has his cloud and his harp, and there's nothing anyone can do about it. He's in heaven.
yeah, you don't play a cloud and a harp in heaven, but
You don't think so?
but yeah,
I play like
he actually went through a Bible study for like
I wonder
9 months.
I wonder if they were Fruit of the Loom panties up there.
Yeah, they were the Rusty DeFaz brand. Yeah.
Yeah. They're stained, pre-stained.
Oh, gross.
But
Well, speaking of stained underwear, let's talk about gross out.
Oh my God, yes. And you were giving some backstory before we called, officially called. Do you want to get into that, or is that kind of under wraps
No.
so far? Okay, you don't want to talk about it?
I don't care. Go ahead.
No,
Dino.
I was talking about the I don't want to give it away, but like we were telling me about like a possible maybe re-editing or something maybe.
Well, Dino and I've been working on it. He did a brilliant job. We totally redid it, and we cut all this superfluous stuff out of it. All the, when we worked with Bill Osco, it was just about stretching it out as far as possible to make people just sweat and walk out.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is kind of funny, but still, it's not. It's not a piece of art. It's just, So actually, what it is now is it's kind of a piece of art because of what we did to it. Dino, we got it all black and white, and we got some really cool old footage and shortened it down so it flows really well. And it's totally different. It's called White Trash now, and we hope to try to release it.
It's my favorite kind of trash.
It looks like an old, kind of a movie from the 50s or early 60s.
That's so
Nice.
cool.
Awesome.
And even to see something that was made like primarily to make people walk out and to like have the gall and obviously the talent to turn that into something compelling. Because obviously you said some of the parts were dragged out because they were kind of like making the audience like, oh my God, is he still pooping? Is he still vomiting?
Yeah, they were purposely dragged out as much as possible. It was kind of funny. I took it on tour. I mean, we showed it in the Soho in New York, and wherever it played, I would get to stand in the back and watch people. Some people were freaking out and throwing up or walking out, and the people definitely did it.
Well,
that's
what I feel like that's what movies should do. Like talking about like how Exorcist did that. People were throwing up and people were leaving. I feel like a movie should be able to do that.
Yeah, like if you're susceptible,
it should definitely have an effect instead of like nothing. Just duh. But
vapid.
It's not really what I'm about, so my name's not on it anywhere.
But we know, and that's all that matters. As long as you know in your heart, you're like I was in it. I'm there. But like even a movie like that now, it's like a lot of people nowadays have the inability to kind of like look past a lot of their preconceived notions and opinions and just like witness something, whether you like it or not. Like you're not gonna die on the other end. You might have to.
Well, you never know. Yeah.
Well, yeah. Maybe gross out killed a couple guys. Maybe they puked their fucking skeleton out right under the floor.
Yeah. Crazy.
But there was a good story. We debuted the movie over at the 4-Star Theater, and was it Beverly Hills?
I think so.
Hills. Anyway, so I'm in the. I think you're with me. We're in the lobby, and the movie started, and then I look I open up the door, and there's a scene with me wearing blackface.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, that was you in the. Was this gross out or was this a different?
Rochester.
Was that his name?
Dino.
I was the midget.
Oh my.
Yeah.
My God.
Hello there, Winthrop. You're looking pretty good, boy.
How you doing there, boy?
Hey there.
We were watching that trailer and we were like, I
was just like, oh my God, like I'm gonna watch it 100%, but I'm not everyone, and it's so sad that people are just the way they are nowadays. Like I love shit like that. Like I respect you guys for you guys make art. You guys make funny fucking shit.
I got a good punchline though. There's a good punchline here. So I'm looking at I open the door, and they're playing that scene with me. Hello there, Winthrop. Come on in, And then as I look to my left, there's 2 black guys walking in, and they look in there, and they start busting up, laughing their ass off.
Dude.
And it was Keenan Wayans and Robert Townsend, the 2 comedians from those old Living Color.
Oh my God, yes! And Living Color was fucking amazing. Yeah. I love that show. Let me tell you something. I fucking love Fire Marshal Bill. Dude.
10, right when that scene was on, they lost it. They started busting up. They were laughing their ass off.
That's my thing. It's like cool. And this is another thing. It's like just because it's one of those things where it's like just because certain things are offensive to some people, it's like I'm not going to make the distinction that everyone by default is going to think the same way. I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that have a really good sense of humor, and it's like people are just so afraid to take the chance to be funny nowadays, and everything is so like mundane and like careful, and it's like you think Martha Stewart made every fucking movie.
Yeah.
It's like everything is so like formulaic and careful, and like it's almost like the nice guy talking to a girl at a party. That's how movies are. It's like, are you okay?
Well, it's all the political correctness. I mean, it ruined comedy and it ruined everything. You know, it's a bunch of bull.
Because even when
actually, I hate it. You know, it's like I say, even Mel Brooks said, political correctness ruined comedy forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, because what is comic relief if you're not making fun of like the world's worst? Yeah, exactly. And it's like it's insane. People don't understand the effect of relief.
And the greatest thing about Mel Brooks is he was making fun of everybody
and himself.
Yeah,
and himself.
Everybody.
Yeah, dude.
I grew up watching Mel Brooks. I used to go to the Saturday matinees by myself and watch all his stuff. Yeah, really cool stuff. Yeah.
And Ness, yes, I have seen the Sexy Martha, and I would fold.
Oh my God, she's 81.
If I had a
she's
sip of beer,
and she's
oh, you gotta, Dino, you gotta tell the story about when we took Rusty DeFage down to what was his name?
Vincent Bugliosi.
No. I'm talking about the guy we pitched. We said we had a meeting with him and we didn't.
Oh.
David Hall.
Oh yeah, tell us.
Yeah, David Hall. What we did was we walked in his office and we said, "Yeah, we have a meeting with David Hall." And she looked at us, she goes, "No, you don't. I'm sorry, you don't." I go, "Oh, it must be a mistake, you know." And Dino says, "No, we just drove in from Beverly Hills. I'm sure we do." And she looked, "Well, no, you don't. I'm sorry." And David Hall walked out, and then we said, "Oh, there he is," you know. And he was so pissed off that he actually threw us out of his office.
Oh my God!
But before we were thrown out, we gave him a copy of the Rusty DeFage show and some of the press we were getting, and so he took it. And we were expecting him to call. No, what he did was he created Phil Henry show from our format. Yeah.
And was it like a character?
Stole our whole format for Phil Henry. Yeah.
And that's insane. And like that's one of those things too. Like I try my best nowadays to like not tell anyone good ideas, like my close personal friends, because it's like there's some things that I might carry with me that like I don't really want everyone to know about, because like I like to think that there are some good ideas I have, and it sucks when you see shit get taken from you, like Rusty or anything
Hollywood.
Else. It is, you know.
But you know what? It's you either steal or you're a fountain of ideas and you don't care. I mean, we care it's stolen, but like people who have come up with ideas, they just move on to the next one,
Yeah, and that's the healthiest thing to do, honestly. Like if you think about it, it's kind of you don't want to sit and fixate on that kind of shit, because you're just gonna get your fucking ass handed to you, you know.
Yep. But I'm gonna wash your mouth out with soap, man.
I'm so sorry. My parents have been slacking for the last 20. Yeah.
But. Holy shit!
I got a bunch of shit.
Yeah, what? I can't think. There's so many.
Okay, so let's say filming ends, right? You clock out. It's fucking over. What did you guys do?
Yeah, is there a pizza? Is there chicken wings?
What's the tradition?
I will tell you, when we were shooting the wrestling scene, okay?
Yes.
I got $250 for a lead role. Hello?
Wait, would you say $50 for what?
$250 for the lead role.
As George?
And Rick got the same, and that was the co-star. And we were pissed when we were on their set. This was the last.
Carl, I got paid more than you did.
Yeah, he was telling us earlier in the interview.
But see, I got hurt. Like that idiot threw me, and I got hurt for a second. I went in the back, and I was back there with Rick. They said, we're not gonna finish this unless they give us more money.
Seriously, like.
We got $500 more money, whatever. That was ugly. Yeah. That's cool.
One of my favorite scenes too, because throughout the movie you see George just get pissed off at Jimmy Hitler.
Dude, yeah, when you're cutting the onions and you're fucking throwing them, I cackle every fucking time. When you're just getting into it.
I was able to do that.
It's so good. You're just like, you get so sick of it, you start throwing the onions.
It's probably one of those shots that you that were just like, you were so in the moment and it just happened. Yeah. And, like, perfect. And like, I can't wait to show everybody this movie, because everything that you and Rick did, your guys' chemistry was just beautiful, and it actually felt like the whole throughout the movie you guys were brothers. And I know you guys did another Jackie Kong movie together, which I haven't watched yet. And but did you just know him from the movies that you guys worked together on, or did you know him personally, or
Well, I mean, we were friends from the movie, and it's a drag because I ended up running the California Institute of Abnormal Arts for 28 years. We did so many bands, thousands of bands, and he was in a band called the Daggers, and I wish he would have played. He played with Haunted Garage, which was Dookie Flyswatter's band, and
yeah, I love that. Okay, I don't want to.
His name is Michael Saunier, but Dookie Flyswatter is
that's
his,
phenomenal name.
Yeah,
they're doing a documentary on Haunted Garage right now, actually. But
I love that name, and I definitely want to hear more about him.
They played at my place a number of times. They were really cool. They played with the Radioactive Chicken Heads all the time.
These are like. Yeah, so we
were
they're an amazing band. That's puffing stuff on acid. If you go to YouTube, type in Radioactive Chicken Heads, you'll see some amazing.
I got you right now. I got you.
So
and I can show the audience at home while you talk too, so I can just always run through.
But you and Rick definitely the chemistry was absolutely wonderful, and just like even the little Rick and Georgie. When Anwar comes in, I got a little surprise. And, like phenomenal.
Shut up, homo. Yeah. Rick was a very gracious actor. He would come up to me when I'm doing my close-ups and he'd give me face, so I could react to something. I mean,
that's
he was
amazing.
Cool, he actually changed me around when I first got on the set, and Bill Osco and all these people were like giving everyone just so much crap, like they would mess with everyone. And I was pissed. I was like, what is this? And Rick said, dude, when they do that, just give it right back to him, And then I started doing that, and then it became fun,
Yeah, because it's because they kind of wanted to bring the best out of you. Do you think they wanted to bring the best out of you for the sake of
No, he would just like to screw around with people, but it was fun to just kind of unload and just cross the line and just go over, and then it didn't bother me anymore. But I actually became really good friends with Bill. We made movies for years after that. But,
and honestly, that's how you know you were doing a good performance, because like if like stunt coordinators were getting kicked out for, obviously kicking her in the stomach, it's not good.
Well, there was everyone had a confrontation. There was a movie, there's an ad, a billboard outside a window that they show at one point that says confrontation. It was from when they were doing King Kong at Universal, and you see it out the window. It says confrontation. That's just the inside joke. And I remember when we were doing the Underachievers, which was supposed to be called Night School, but they couldn't. They had to change it to Underachievers.
Yeah.
There was a lady who was working on the crew, and I had known her from a movie years before where I was just in the art department, and she saw I had a trailer with my name on it. She was really pissed,
Yeah, like, who's this motherfucker with his own name, his own trailer, this piece of shit.
Big deal. But anyway, so she changed around my schedule. And she said, okay, you have today off. And I took the day off. And I got back on the set the next day. And Jackie Kong got on her megaphone, Carl Crew, you didn't show up yesterday, blah, 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 blah.
They told you not to come. What? They gave you the day off, did they not?
No. The woman made sure that I was off so I would get in trouble.
Wow. So she
and Jackie Kong berated me in front of the whole crew with, you didn't show up yesterday, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I went straight to Bill Oscar. I said, dude, what's up? This is what happened. He goes, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. So, but that was a confrontation in this classic
and it's in
form,
front of everyone. Like I understand.
Yeah. Hi everyone. Yeah. Okay.
Just waving and shit.
That was a funny movie. I had Barbara Carrera, Vic Tayback, Eddie Albert Jr., all kinds of crazy people. Garrett Morris. All these, they just threw everyone in there. Burt Ward, Batman and Robin. He was in there too, and
wait, the original Robin, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God,
it's a terrible movie.
Terrible movie.
Yeah, whatever. I mean, they always say that Blood Diner was her best film, and she did Night Patrol and The Being, and
The Being. We watched The Being on the show. We watched The Being.
Yeah.
We definitely want to expand more into her work and your work and obviously Dino's, and when we were talking before, this is definitely like what started it all, and we would love talking to you, and I also want to bring up the scene where you and Rick are in the competitor's diner, and he has the dummy.
Oh my
yeah.
god,
That was so much fun. We had a blast.
We were talking when we got lunch, and I was like, I really hope Carl has that fucking dummy.
No,
somewhere.
I
Yes,
don't.
that's
No,
why
bad.
dude, I was like, I would
Sheetar's
get
teeth.
on my knees for one
That
of
was
Sheetar's
so much
teeth.
fun. That was just a little rat trap taco place on, I guess it was east side of Santa Monica. Rotten little place. And it was just so fun. We had just so much fun shooting that, screaming, yelling, and chopping out people's hands and everything. Yeah.
The part when he gets into the car and one of you chop one of his hands off.
No,
and
it's
he
his
goes-
other.
funny-
He already got one cut off,
right.
and then he goes to reach to close the door, and you just get the other hand. And he's driving the
Perfect.
fucking car with no.
And then he
arm.
crashes the car in slow motion. Yeah, it's like crazy.
Absolutely.
That guy, that actor, Bob, he played Dino and I. We did another movie together called Lunch with Larry, which was never released, and it was kind of a takeoff on My Dinner with Andre. And it just got ruined by Bill, because he brought in the unknown comic who I can't stand, and all these other people just diluted it, and actually he miscast it. Rusty DeFage was in it actually, but I mean, Dino should have been cast as Larry, unfortunately, and he casted Bob as it, and it's terrible.
Like, this is I just, it's one of those things. Like, sometimes the creatives like have a respectful silence sometimes, and like, you guys like definitely like I don't know. I can tell you guys could have been put on more and should have been put on more, especially with the projects you tell me that fell through. It's like fucking unfortunate sometimes because you guys are fucking.
There's a worse one than that. Urban Legends. I wrote a script about urban legends. Okay, 300 urban legends happen to one girl in one night, and she becomes an urban legend at the end.
What?
Right? And 2 weeks before we're ready to shoot, Bill comes up to me and goes, "Oh, we don't have the money. You got to write another script." And I'm like, so actually, that movie stars Rusty DeFage. That's where the character first came around.
Now, can you describe him? Because I mean, okay, I'll just look it up. Because I want to.
Well,
see.
Rusty DeFage, he was like, had a big red bouffant hairdo and big crazy glasses, and always in a patent leather red suit, and he looked like a screaming queen, but he said, "I'm married and have 25 children," and that was a whole gag,
But it was just radio, right? It was just radio. It wasn't even like visual.
No, that was for a feature film. But the radio show, I would call in as his lesbian wife, Dusty. "Rusty, you jerk! What are you doing? You're coming home?" We would give him so much crap. There was one time when we did all this. We did all this advertising, we cut commercials and, people would pay for the show, whatever. And we had our own limousine that would pick us up, and he'd pick me up and we'd go over to Glendale and pick up Rusty. And then we'd go to KID. And he would always be in full costume for radio. It was so cool, man. What a
No, I love that. Like literally being in full costume.
It's so cool.
Yeah.
But there was one time when we arrived at his place and he's not around. I'm like, where is this? All of a sudden, this Cadillac comes around the corner, bam! And it almost crashed into a tree. And Rusty gets out, and he was really loaded. And we just shoved him in the limo, and we went to the studio. And actually, he's been performing like that for years, so he can handle it, whatever.
Yeah,
but he just made it like he was depressed. And so people were calling, Rusty, it's okay. Don't be upset.
You're gonna be all right,
Rusty. Yeah, and like what we did was we got in so much trouble. At the end, we went off 10 minutes early, and we made it like he jumped out a window.
Oh my God, he's cut him out.
And we went off 10 due to technical difficulty, and we went off 10 minutes early, and 600 calls came in. The police, the fire chief, everyone. We got in so much trouble.
Man.
I got calls the next morning like, what's going on? And the next weekend, he pretended he jumped into a Dipsy dumpster. Oh, okay. It was so funny, man. I'm trying to get him to get these tapes again so we can put them online, but
oh my God! Like, Dino, do you have the glasses? You have the hair?
Oh yeah, it's all that.
I've got some of the stuff left, the wigs, but the idea of the character was a closet queen.
Yes.
Like, Richard Simmons, for instance. Richard Simmons for many years denied it.
I wait. He is gay because I never heard him be like, you know what, like, you know. I didn't know it was official. I mean, we all knew, but it's like one of those things where you say
come
it,
on.
it's kind of like.
Well, it was a cross between Richard Simmons, Truman Capote.
Oh
Yes.
my God, dude!
It was so
Capote
funny.
and fucking Richard Simmons.
He talked like this with a little hello. Shut up!
Oh, we got so much trouble. Oh my God.
You people are so rude. Don't let it talk to get a word edgewise. Just shut up.
It was a blast.
Edgewise.
Big glasses.
Glasses, yeah.
Were they like just
Cocktail
big
glasses
fucking
on
like
glass, yeah.
big bold like geeky ones, or would you like were they taped in the middle, or was it just?
No, they looked like cocktail martini glasses on glasses. It was hilarious.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It was fun. It was a fun character.
Yes,
It was
I
a
was gonna
blast.
say,
There's an actual page on Facebook called Rusty DeFage. You can see a lot of the pictures and stuff, but we're trying to get the actual tapes and download it so people can hear the shows because they were outrageous. We actually did these fake cereals. That was like there was a cereal called Dirty Mary. Yeah, and
like
you
a
played
cereal
Dirty
with milk
Mary.
and
Yeah.
fucking shit. Like you eat like cereal.
No.
Like Dirty Harry. It was Dirty Mary.
Like
Oh, I'm a fucking-
the Clint Eastwood movie. Yeah.
Don't listen to me.
Yeah.
I'm an idiot. I'm thinking of food I haven't eaten all day.
No.
I'm thinking of Frosted Flakes. But yeah, I'm listening.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
John was a detective, and at the time we had the Rodney King,
Yeah.
and one of the cops was heard saying, "It's like Planet of the Apes out here." I incorporated that into the script, and Rusty goes out there and there's these ninjas getting ready to attack him. He goes, "Oh my God! Look at all the fog! It's like gorillas in the mist." I would use current events and incorporate those in the script, you know.
It's so fucking good, dude. Like,
It was
how would
so
you,
much.
How would you guys get into like did the characters just kind of come to you when you're driving, or you're just you know like just characters, or would you kind of sit down and be like, okay, I kind of want to concoct a new character, like let me just kind of build a framework and then work on it in the future?
Well, it's kind of it came out of the urban legends when he created the character Rusty DeFage, and
Hey, we're doing a project. We need a character. Come up with something.
So
Yeah.
Rusty was the urban legend that experienced all those urban legends in one night. Is that what you're saying?
no. Rusty was the host of the show.
Okay.
It was just ridiculous. It was just we had to write this in a week, and it was not good. The only thing good about it was Rusty DeFage. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that character lasted and shit. You know, for sure.
Yeah, we took it and ran. And Dino did a brilliant job. It was so funny. So hopefully we'll resurrect all that and put it on the Facebook page. Yeah.
I would love it.
God,
Like,
yeah.
believe me, like, if it's, you know, like this show, we want our own site eventually. Like, we're on Twitch and we're on some, you know, publications. I want our own site and stuff so we don't have to worry about what we can and can't show, because I
Right.
respect all arts, and like there's just some things that are too funny not to bring to people's attention. And like,
Yeah.
you know, I like to think that my audience is intelligent enough to make their own decisions, and if they don't like what
Right.
they see, they turn it off. But I also wanted to go back to Rick, if we could,
Yeah.
and like obviously you worked on Blood Diner with him and stuff, and we don't have to get all rainy day and stuff, but he passed away, correct?
He got in an accident, and he was riding in the passenger seat with his band members, and they crashed, and a telephone pole came through the glass and just killed him right away.
Jesus.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was really awful. Really, really awful. Yeah.
And this was
So it just
how-
happened. Bam. Yeah.
and it was
You
sudden,
know what's
yeah.
really, what I remember was really sad was like, dude, I don't want to live past 29. No way. I don't want to live. He used to say that, and like he did.
That's crazy.
You
Isn't
know?
that like, I mean, it's not like he, you know, he was in the passenger seat. It's not like he kind of chose that fate. let's
No,
say.
well, but it's like self-fulfilling prophecy almost. I mean, like
Yeah.
you never want to speak words like that. It's kind of like a curse, you know. It's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, because
your
there's
words have weight.
yes, and
Yeah.
like some things you cast into the ether, and like people don't think about like the things they say, or even like the intent of how they say things. Like there's a lot of shit at play that we don't really understand, and it's like,
Well, I do a podcast now. It's called Fourth Watch Files, and we did a
Yes.
whole podcast on modern spelling, which is these curses that people say every day. They don't even know they're doing. I'm an idiot. I'm a this and that.
Yeah, it's like self-deprecating, like very
don't
constantly.
Even say that. Don't even say that. It's because you're giving license to things to come in and mess with you, So, but I always felt sad about that. He was such a cool guy, man. It was such hilarious. Him and Dino had so much fun, crazy with all those topless.
Oh yeah, he was telling me. He was telling me about
scene,
he was telling me about the fake blood and how only saliva could take it off the chest, and like makes sense. Like whoever,
I've got a good Rick story. I got a good Rick story.
Yes, let's go.
We would shoot till about 7 a.m. That's when we got off. It was about 7 a.m. So a handful of us would go down to Hollywood Boulevard and drink at the clown room.
Clown room, nice.
Jumbo's clown room, yeah.
And so we go in there, and we would drink with Uric, who was the camera guy.
Yeah.
Anyway, we would stand there till about 10 a.m. in the morning and get drunk as skunks.
10 in the morning, let's go.
Yeah.
One day we're on Hollywood Boulevard, 10 a.m., drunk out of our mind. Rick climbs up in a tree, and he's hanging upside down.
Oh my God.
And people are going to work. They're walking around. It's crowded out there. Rick's hanging out of a tree going, Reaganomics did this to me. Reaganomics did this to me. Wow, it was hilarious. So we went into a bank. I had to get some money out of the bank. I was, right next door to the bar. Rick goes in there and starts yelling about Reaganomics.
Reaganomics.
Absolutely insane.
This is L.A.?
Huh?
Is this in L.A. you were saying?
Right on Hollywood Boulevard.
Oh my fucking God. I'm sure he wasn't the only one, but like, Jesus Christ.
and then we would drive around after that, listen to Frank Sinatra music. And Rick and I would sing, to the Frank Sinatra stuff. He loved Frank.
Dude. Fly me to the moon.
But oh my goodness, that is so adorable as a story. Like just to, like that, because that's like beyond movies. That's kind of just like a human to human. Like, what do you want to listen to? Like Frank Sinatra. Like that just makes sense to me. If that makes sense, Yeah, and he was a big music guy. Like I'm sure he definitely was multifaceted.
Really into music, and he was a really good cheerleader for me because he really liked my band, and he would always give me positive, reinforcement.
Hell yeah, man.
He that's how he was. He would always support artists around him. That was just part of him. Yeah. There was one time we're shooting that movie downtown, the next one, the Underachievers. And we're on a break. It was midnight in downtown LA, and we had a lunch break. And he goes, dude, I want to introduce you to somebody. I said, okay. We walked out in the filthy, dirty back alleys and took me around the corner to this filthy, dirty bar. And there's two people in the bar. It was closed. And we walk in, and he introduced me to Adrian Belew from King Crimson.
Oh, that sounds really familiar.
God.
I'm not super.
And then he said, oh, yeah, and that's David. And he introduced me to David Bowie.
Dude,
what the fuck?
David Bowie was standing on the stage. They were about to shoot Days In, Days Out, which was Rick was in. He was in that video with David Bowie. And so, I've listened to David Bowie all my life, and I didn't fawn or anything. I said, thank you so much for your work. I deeply appreciate it. I love your work.
Yeah,
and he was so cool, man.
You don't want to unicorn him. You don't want to make him feel like an alien.
Oh, yeah,
You also want to be like, wow, like, fellow human,
Yeah.
you're making cool shit. Like, obviously.
Yeah, he was great. He was really, really kind, and it was just so bizarre. I felt like it was just surreal, very surreal. But Adrian was really cool, too, yeah.
That is bananas,
So,
dude.
That was amazing. I'll never forget that.
And obviously, I'm a big fan of Labyrinth. I love his music and Labyrinth.
Oh, yeah.
I still have to finish season 3 of Twin Peaks. Don't yell at me. I'm trying.
My favorite movie by David Lynch was Eraserhead. That ruined my whole life.
We watched that last year for Halloween.
Yeah, last Halloween we watched that.
So we've been doing this podcast for probably a year now.
Yeah, today's episode 89. So
wow.
Wow.
Yeah, we've been doing.
You're
that.
old.
Yeah, every Tuesday, man. So it's fucking great, and we're not kicking you off yet. I just wanted to, because
Yeah.
it kind of sounded for a second. I was like, but I have a couple more questions, and then we can fucking let you guys go on your merry way. I don't want to keep you all in.
I actually saw Eraserhead in color.
What the fuck? I saw Nosferatu in color a couple times. Like we saw it on YouTube, and we were like, "What? This looks so bizarre."
I feel like that movie would be even weirder in color, to be honest.
Well,
There's more
it wasn't black
information.
and white, but we were just on stuff. So yeah,
Oh,
Dude, honestly, I
it
had a question.
affected my whole life.
gotcha.
I had a question in the back of my
Midnight
mind.
movies in San Francisco. That's where I grew up and saw all the midnight movies, in San Francisco. So anyway,
I'm sure.
so what are
you've-
your questions, young man?
Well, I was gonna ask about seeing colors. Are you guys a fan of mushrooms? Perhaps. Just that was a personal
Oh, I
question.
can't
had.
talk about any nonsense like that. Are you crazy?
All right. How about we talk about it over a couple caps, and we'll.
There we go.
Yeah.
We had a question in the chat about your oddity shop. I know you just moved to Las Vegas. I asked Dino, and I think you came in right when he was about to answer the question. But were you able to bring all your oddities with you to Las Vegas, or?
No, actually, they were bought by a private collector. I was going to have a sale, and I know this private collector, and he just bought everything from me right before I even had the sale.
Oh,
Damn,
wow.
I actually had Zach Baggins call me from the Haunted Museum here. And
No
try to-
way!
Get the fuck out of here.
Ghost
Try to buy
Adventures?
my dead clown, and that was already in the collection, so not available. So
Holy
actually, the only thing I had left was the Bones of Elephant Man, which was done for the Broadway play with David Bowie, and that was an amazing piece. And I just sold that to David Copperfield. It's in his museum.
Oh yeah, that
Yeah.
makes sense as to why I
Why
saw a
you were-
picture of him
yeah.
hovering. He was levitating you. That was insane. I couldn't.
Yeah.
believe it.
I got to take a tour through his museum of magic. It's not open to the public. I went with 8 other magicians and Scott Land from Team America, who introduced
Yes.
me to David. And
And
it was a
and you were telling
mind blowing,
me-
like $300 million worth of magic history. Just blew my mind. Yeah, it was
Yeah,
really
I can
cool.
only imagine what's in that museum.
Well, actually, I sold him something through a friend of mine years ago. My alligator boy. It's a half alligator, half boy in a glass case. And I had him
It's
for
alligator
10
boy.
years. Yeah, he had it there. It was like, yeah, I get to see you again. All right. But I had a whole museum. I would give tours for many years at the Institute. I had the Dead Clown. I had Madame Long, a midget magician jewel thief from 100 years ago. And Fa Choi was another magician from the underground opium dance in San Francisco.
Right.
Yeah, it was all kinds of crazy stuff. But I just changed my whole, I just changed over to, now I'm just doing podcasts and doing feature film development and stuff like that. So I'm really excited. I'm glad to, it feels like 1,000,000 pounds were lifted off my shoulders.
Oh yeah, I can only imagine.
Yeah, and I'm sure someone
Yeah.
buying your entire collection, it definitely helps you move and like kind of, because it's just cash in your pocket and it's just shit you don't have to worry about. And it sucks letting go to all those things. But I'm sure if it goes to a good home, you can see them.
Stuff is stuff, you just get stuff, get more stuff, whatever. It's like, I don't want to be held down by anything. And
Do you
it was just
fair.
kind of a nice, totally reinventing myself again. So I
Yeah.
loved it.
Round of
Do you
applause.
still have any of your clock collection, or was that a part of?
Oh no, that was a long time ago. I got rid of all that. So
okay.
actually, I only have one. I used to have like 90 neon clocks. I mean, I was an
90?
antique dealer for a while.
Now,
90, yeah.
We have a special clock here.
got a clock. I don't know if you can see this.
Oh, cool. Oh boy, the one from Blood Diner.
Yes,
yeah.
sir.
Yep.
Yeah, that's worth a fortune. Yes.
It's amazing. Yeah, even
But I only have one neon clock left. I sold everything else. I had 2 Coke bottles from the 1939 World Fair that were 6 feet tall.
Wow.
Beautiful old Coke bottle halves. Just all kinds of crazy Wurlitzers from the 40s and all kinds of crazy stuff. Blah blah blah. It's all just stuff.
And what do you hope to experience as a result of moving to Las Vegas? Like, and I'm sure you're trying to get away from the craziness and like the politics and all that stuff. And like, what is?
Well, it's just a lot of dirt. Hollywood's just like it's a trash compactor now. Everyone's
It's
moving
sad.
out. Mark Wahlberg moved out. Everyone moved out. It's like when I have to go in for Hollywood for meetings occasionally, it's just like a nightmare, man. It's like there's so much homeless. There's so much
Yeah.
garbage, and
It's
like
sad. Yeah,
North
it's-
Hollywood is a pit.
It's
and
like the
I'm
priorities
just so
are
happy to get away
skewed.
from all that.
Yeah, like I'm sure because it's just like one of those things. It kind of destroys morale, and it's like sad when not a lot, or at least like not as much can be done is being done, and our money goes fucking up someone's nose. But it's like,
Well, it's more like the politicians are so corrupt in California. It's just absurd. They're
Yeah.
just just eat bugs. And
yes,
they don't care.
yes.
They don't care.
Have you seen a movie called Snowpiercer?
No, I've heard of it though.
Okay, yeah. Speaking of eating bugs, if you get bored, watch it. It's a trip. It's a fucking trip.
Yum yum.
Yeah.
Apparently, it's a prequel to.
That's what they say.
A prequel to Willy Wonka.
Yes, like we watched a whole video on how Snowpiercer is like a sequel to Willy Wonka, and it was actually pretty compelling.
Oh, weird.
And I have my own theories about Blood Diner being the prequel to Weird Science. Have you seen Weird Science? Or even like, there's a lot of parallels that I've noticed about Weird Science and Blood Diner, and like I haven't actually scrubbed, but I wanted to bring that to the attention of the audience because I keep thinking about it, and I'm like, there's just parts of this that really make me think of Weird Science, and I fucking love Weird Science.
Well, you can take medication for that. Wait till you see Blood Dinner, the sequel after 25 years.
Now, okay, so do you want to get into that a little bit? Because
not really.
Okay.
You don't have to. You don't have to.
I have someone who wants to distribute it already, and we're arranging for the financing. But yeah, it's like it's not a redo. It's what happened 25 years later.
Oh my God!
With the brothers being resurrected by the dead by Shitar, and they're set up in a county hospital. It's just hilarious. Yeah.
Believe
me.
So,
my God!
I will.
Yeah.
You tell us, and we'll be there. We have to because.
And we won't show a fucking soul unless you give us the okay.
The
lights.
I don't even know what to say to even.
That was some lightning. Yeah.
Yeah, it was some lightning, nice,
but
lightning. Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Shit, I can't even think after that.
Well, I'll tell you an interesting story. Is like when we were going into do a Rusty DeFoz show one time. We got there and there was a guy just finishing up his show, and it was Vincent Bugliosi. That's the guy who wrote Helter Skelter. That's that.
Oh my God, really?
Holy
yeah,
shit.
we got to meet him. Yeah.
Oh my fucking, like, I'm sure you've met insane just people, and there's a lot of people behind the scenes that no one has a face. Like, no one has a face for. You know, like, there's so many people that they know of their work, but they don't know a face. They don't have a face to put. But yeah.
Yeah, when in Hollywood you meet a lot of crazy people. I met Willie Chambers at the House of Pies.
And I also
we used to show that time. We used to show that at the club. And I looked at him. He was sitting there with all his rings on. I said, "Time!" And he roared laughing. Yeah.
I also know a guy that you might have worked with named James Balsamo. Are you familiar with him?
Oh yeah, of course, James. I love James. I've been in about three of his films. Yeah, he's really, really cool. He's doing a movie now for my friend John Hitt. And they're doing Slice, which is about golfing. Yeah, and he got so many cameos, and he just put a cameo of the girl from Halloween.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dude,
James Balsamo is hilarious.
Phil Tippett. Really... Was it Phil or was it Paul? I always get Phil and Paul confused.
Of Mad God?
Yes.
I think it's Phil Tippett.
It's Phil Tippett, right?
I'm not sure, but he's got all these people from Guar and stuff, and just all these crazy people in it. Yeah, it's amazing.
I saw a picture.
He's hilarious.
I saw a picture he posted, and he was with Phil Tippett, who is the one who did like all the stop motion in Star Wars, the animatronics, in Jurassic Park. Insane. And I had talked to him because we were gonna do an interview with him, and then we moved the set, and we were like, Halloween's coming up, we need to do Blood Diner. I want to get Carl on, and of course, Dino. It is a fucking it's such an honor to have you as well, and this is just fucking awesome. But I was talking to him, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I know Carl, and Alien Danger, this and that." And I was like, "This is a fucking small world." Honestly,
yeah, it's a small world. I will say one thing about not too many people know the influence that Dino had over Blood Diner. I mean, he went on and he influenced Jackie in a lot of different ways that no one ever knows about. Like he brought in the whole Wagner theme and all these different aspects that no one even knows, and that it came from Dino.
And Dino, like you were saying, the last scene too was like a very pivotal moment with you, and especially like blood. Like this is a blood diner, and there's no blood. You might as well use this scene to pretty much introduce all that.
Right. Yeah, and what was also interesting is like the idea of the cow. There's that cow on stage, and I'm taking my dildo axe, chopping the cow. We lift from Apocalypse Now.
Yeah, pretty much.
Complete lift.
Shit, guys.
And what would you say, like, how would you go about talking to Jackie? Because, you know, I know, like, people with their creative differences are, like, when it's their project or it's one of their projects or they're part of it, you know, ego takes over and it's hard to kind of communicate sometimes. I'm sure you guys have worked with people that you couldn't, it was a brick fucking wall. Right?
Well, it's not even about ego.
I had no problem talking to her whatsoever. She was
Nice. That's good.
She was very nice to me, and she listened to everything I was saying.
Yes, she did. And like when we were making the movie, we got along great. We absolutely got along. It was afterwards that I made films with her husband, and they broke up. And like she hated me because I made films with her husband. And there was actually when they did the Blu-ray release of Blood Diner from Lionsgate, and they had remastered it and everything. They were going to do a big screening at the Chinese Man Theater, and they put out this thing, and I pressed going, and she called me.
Yeah.
She said, you don't show up at that.
Yeah,
I said, like, it's not Carl, it's George.
Yeah.
I'm not Carl.
we don't have to go that.
I'll show up when I want. You know, it's a public place. You can't stop me.
Yeah.
Just, we're not going to the after party. I said, whatever. I don't care. I said, Jackie, I've never said anything bad about you. Why would you harbor this? You know, where did this come from? That I made films with your husband? I mean, your ex-husband? And she's like, well, okay, fine. You can go to the movie, but you can't go to the after party. I said, you know what? I'm not going to either. So whatever.
Like,
have a nice day.
In a way, it's almost like, you know, if you guys have differences and you don't get along, it's like, would you say, like, even for her, obviously Blood Diner is up there with her achievements. Like, for me at least, like, that's what I know her from. And, like, it's one of these things, like, that's why I know you guys. And it's like, I feel like forever I'll have that respect of, like, that's where I know you from. And, like, that's what I respect it. That's why I respect it. It's kind of like the avenue. It's the door that opened to me to meeting you guys and stuff.
100%.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, when they released the DVD, they called me from this bookstore called Dark Delicacies, which they always have. You know, the people come down and sign stuff, and they knew me because I just went down there for the openings all the time. I got to meet Clive Barker and all these people.
Oh my God, Nightbreed!
Oh man,
Nightbreed rips.
I got a tour of his private art mansion, which there was no furniture in the whole place. 6 floors of his paintings. Blew my mind.
Of him or just other people? Just him or?
No, it was all his paintings.
His paintings.
Dude.
It was mind blowing. Yeah, he came to the club a few times, whatever.
That's so
but
sick.
I come down to Dark Delicacies, and there is Uric, the DP, and you know Jackie was going to be there. And as soon as I walk in, the guy from Lionsgate goes, "Oh, you know what? Jackie doesn't want you here. He doesn't want anyone here. Just her and Uric." I said, "Okay, whatever." And the lady who runs Dark Delicacies, no. Dude, just go get a cup of coffee, come back. People are going to want your signature on the DVD.
Yes.
Said, fine. So I walked down to Porto's when I got an iced tea, and I came back, and I walk in, and there she is sitting at the table with these people around her, and I walked over and go, "Hi, Jackie." And she goes, "And you are?"
No.
And I'm like, Georgina, you know.
It's like,
can we take a picture together for old time's sake? And, I don't take pictures. And she just took a picture with the janitor, you know, like.
Oh my
I
God.
said, whatever. I said, come on, Uric. How about Uric? Come on, just for. And he looked at Jackie. She goes, no. And he goes, no, I can't do it. I said, okay, fine.
I'm sorry.
So I literally walked over to another table and took all her people away, and I signed the DVDs, whatever.
Because you're the face. Like this is my thing. Is like would you say she's a director, or was it co-written? Like I don't know how to address it. Let's say like.
Well, she's a director. You know, she's definitely a director. It wasn't co-written by her. I mean, that was Dookie Flyswatter. That was Michael Saunier.
That was
Jimmy
like
Maslin.
The story, or like did he write the screenplay, or like
he wrote the whole thing? Yeah, Jimmy. Wow. He wrote it when he was living in Jimmy Maslin's attic.
Dude, this is Dookie Flyswatter, right?
Yeah, Michael Saunier, who did
Chainsaw
Hookers. He did all kinds of movies. Yeah,
Wait. Oh, maybe I'm thinking. Was Chainsaw Hooker was that a claymation or no? Maybe I'm thinking of a Chainsaw.
No. It was Hollywood Chainsaw Hookers. That was I think it was Fredo and Ray that directed that, or he directed one of them. But yeah, he's been in tons of stuff. Michael Saunier.
I might have been thinking of Chainsaw Maid. It was like a claymation.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
But Michael Saunier, Dookie Flyswatter, would you say like was he working hand in hand with Jackie of like I have a movie?
Oh no, she wouldn't allow him on the set.
Wow. And did he work on it previously, or like even when it started, she wouldn't even have him?
Oh no, writers can't be on the set. That was her. We did a bunch of Q&A at the New Beverly when they showed Blood Diner. Juki and I and Jimmy Maslin got up and we actually did Q&A. We've done a bunch of times, but we tell the whole story. You can go on YouTube and type in Blood Diner Q&A and you'll see some of it. Yeah.
Oh hell yeah.
But,
And something that we'll definitely watch.
And speaking of Blood Diner, you sent me a picture, and when I saw it earlier, I was floored because we had watched, what was it? Would you say last year now? Blood Feast?
Blood Feast, yeah. Last year we watched Blood Feast.
And when I saw Blood Feast, double feature, Blood Feast, Blood Diner, I was like, I missed something amazing.
Because Blood Diner was the love child to Blood Feast.
Yeah, what'd you say?
Well, it was supposed to be Blood Feast too, but it kind of had a life of its own, so they didn't want to say Blood Feast too,
And I feel like that's good
especially
because
all the beautiful doo-wop music they put in, it just became its own deal.
Yeah.
I loved the music in Blood Feast too. It had like that like funeral home organ.
Oh, you think about Blood Feast 2?
No, Blood Feast is just the original Blood Feast. Yeah.
That's actually hilarious movie if you see it. It's
we've seen it. Yeah, we watched it on one time and we've watched it before because as soon as we heard that it was like a love child or Blood Diner, let's say was like let's say a love child or part of it or very similar, we were like, okay, we need to find this. It's like one of those things. We saw Blood Diner and we were like, source material, please, like whatever this took inspiration from, we want to also see that, and we watched it, and we've watched it like 3 times now, probably twice, 3 times.
We probably watched it 3 times.
And yeah, it's a trip, and I love one of my favorite parts of Blood Feast is like the intense zoom-ins of the eyes.
Yeah.
And was there similar spots in Blood Feast that were also in Blood Diner, like the cave scene? Like when they're
well, I mean, it certainly mimicked it on a lot of parts. I will say one of my favorite scenes was when I ran over that motorcycle guy all the time.
Yes.
I see the bumbo.
I will tell you when I pulled up in the van with Rick, we pulled up to that detective that looks like Tootie,
Yeah.
And I flashed my ass. That's not my ass. That's a 500-pound guy that stood in for me.
No way.
Oh yeah, that's not my ass.
When you're at the stoplight, he fucking throws the burger.
Yeah, that was a Bill Osco special. I said, "You're not paying me enough to show my ass. F that." And he said, "Okay, fine." He brought this like 500-pound guy that flashed his ass, and for my ass, yeah.
That's respect, though. Like for you to be like, "No, you're gonna have to fucking fork some money over if you want me showing."
Yeah,
buns.
really. Come on.
Yeah, come on.
That's funnier.
That's
another really good shot too. When you're just like giving her the finger and
throws the burger at the ass.
Yeah.
So fucking good.
Fuck, dude.
Those like the kills in that movie are so good. The hydraulic.
The head flattening.
The
shovel that smacks the guy's eyes out in the graveyard.
The girl's head in the grease. Oh my God.
You mean the deep fryer?
Yeah, dude, deep fried.
I like when I cut that woman in half.
Yes, with the cleaver just right out of the fridge.
Now,
here you go, honey. Yeah.
Yes.
Now the guy that sits at the counter in the diner, what was his
Vitamin C?
Vitamin C. Yeah.
Oh my God,
Vitamin
C.
Why was he voiced over? Was he not loud enough or?
No, they just voiced over all kinds of stuff. Okay. A lot of the times, like that scene where I throw that guy under the van, where he gets his head squished. Yeah, that's hear me in the background going, I'm going crazy. Yeah, that's all me right there. But,
dude, it was
fun. Everyone just kind of kicked in. Jimmy did some hilarious voiceovers in that movie too. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, he was.
What Jimmy?
Jimmy Maslin. Yeah.
Oh my God, dude. I fucking.
Yeah, he was another person that was driving this film. I mean, an unsung hero, I would call him. Yeah.
And what the fuck was like the costumes, like the disguises you wear?
Oh yeah, when you first go into the club, and I think you're wearing the dog collar and the
whole
wig.
punk rocking.
Yeah.
And Rick looks like Liberace.
Yeah.
He's got like the weird like silver deep V 70s like space.
Which again, anybody that hasn't seen the movie in the chat, we're getting there.
Dude, everyone's
brewing it up for everybody.
And I literally my dick's gonna split in half with piss.
I gotta piss so bad.
Yes. Would you guys want to hold on for like 2 minutes, or do you guys want to cut it short and maybe we can call back another time?
We would definitely
love you, Dino.
we can hold on for a few minutes. Sure.
Oh, let's go. As long as you guys are down with staying.
Yeah, we don't want to take a lot of your time.
Just shut up and go.
All right, let's go. All right, we'll be right back, guys. Wonder Time Theater. We'll be right back.
I'm gonna put on a loop here.
Was this a bathroom break?
It appears to be, yes.
It's good to see you, brother.
You too, man.
Yeah. I had to come over here to plug my phone in because it's going dead. I see that background you have.
Yeah.
Did you have a whole wall painted like that in question? Oh boy.
Believe it or not, this German guy has a web page on urban legends. Have you seen it?
The one we did?
Yeah, the movie we did. There's a guy that's got a page in German about urban legends.
Well, did you understand any of it?
Not really.
What was he making fun of it?
I don't know. I guess he likes the movie.
Oh, wow. I can't believe there's one. There's one in every crowd, I guess. Wow.
I'll send you the link.
Yeah, I'd love to see that. Yeah. What a mess that was. Oh my gosh. All the trouble we did making all those walls and oh my goodness. And wow. Bill Osco. Oh, there you go.
What's that?
The light. You're turning off the light and turning it on.
Me or you?
You.
I wasn't.
You were sending me.
All right, gentlemen.
Ta-da!
Woo. That was definitely well needed.
Oh, you squeezed one out. Okay.
Oh yeah. Here comes the co-host. What better occasion? Oh no.
Wow! Blah, 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 Dino, hey!
Been listening to a lot of Def Leppard lately. A lot of Def Leppard. Out of dude! Out of me,
Carl.
Yes, sir.
Ooh.
there's Rusty.
My God.
Oh my God! Is that what I
Yeah.
think it is? Is that Rusty?
Yes, it is.
What a
No!
The checkered suit is absolutely perfect.
I made sure to full screen you guys, so whenever Dino talks again, everyone will see it in full perspective. Jesus Christ. Oh my
great.
God.
That's perfect.
Now, can you? I mean, I don't
So
want to force
great.
you to do the voice, but if you get an inkling to do the voice, help yourself.
Well, he just
That's
did
all.
it.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
did.
but now we have a face.
Yeah,
here.
Yeah, we have a face for the voice.
Enjoy my beautiful face, all of you. Just shut up and enjoy my face.
So sassy too. Like I fucking love like the sass. And it was just a call-in show, right? Like a radio show. People would call in and give you advice.
A still shot from the movie.
What
Yeah,
movie
this is
was
shot
this
from
again?
Urban Legends. Yeah.
The Urban Legends.
Urban
movie.
Legends movie.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh my
There's actually a web page on this movie from some guy in Germany. I can send you the link.
Yes,
Yeah,
if you
please.
could. Yeah, I'll have to get you on Facebook or our email is just wondertimetheater@gmail. It's but
Yeah,
feel free to send us anything. We'll pull this shit up.
Anything you want to send us, guys, please. We will be more than happy to read anything that you want to send us. It's been a blessing and a pleasure talking to both of you.
And a curse. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm so sick to my stomach talking to you guys.
we
I'm like,
definitely-
oh, I can't wait to stay.
we definitely want to keep in contact. We're not, and we would love to see everything that you guys have in the future because
Well, Well, maybe you can light a fire under Dino to get those rusty tapes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Yes, I will bother you. I'll sit outside your house.
Knock
I'll,
on your
I'll
door.
I'll climb the roof, and you'll think it's reindeer, but really it's just me.
Yeah,
I'm clacking about. I'm under the bed. I'm in the closet.
I'm trying to think if I have any more questions for these
I
fine gentlemen.
I have some other ones, and I figured we can make this a nice maybe 3 hours on the dot of having you guys on, and we can talk for maybe 15 more minutes. Are you guys down with that? I have a couple more questions, and then we can you guys can go make tea and rub one out.
Get ready for Betty Bye.
Now,
He lost your mind.
And then we can send you guys, if you want to watch the movie with us, we'll send you the link to the Twitch, and you can watch it back. All of our episodes are up for 2 weeks, so if you want, we've been pulling up like different pictures of the movie and everything that you guys aren't able to see through Zoom. So if you want to look through everything that we've done, and
we've definitely painted a picture. Like when you were talking about stuff, I pulled some stuff up for you guys for all the audience at home to reference and stuff. And we try to do a good show. We try to go a little extra mile for people and stuff, and you
guys are cool. Appreciate it.
You're fucking cool.
You're fucking cool, man. And I was only when you said let me bring Dino on, I was like, dude, the king of white trash.
I was like, you don't have to pull my chain, bro.
Yeah,
like, you don't have to.
You don't have to ask twice.
And to be honest, like literally, like Dino, and I know you're listening. I don't want to talk to you like you're not here, but you are next to Rick. You are like one of the other ones I would have wanted to have on. Like it is so fucking cool. And I don't want to stroke you guys all night and stuff, but I just want you guys to know how much we appreciate this. And you guys definitely made my night and stuff. And I have a couple more questions. We're going to do a speed round. What were you saying?
Yeah.
Go for it.
No, I want you were talking and I want to hear what you have to say.
Carl, I sent you the link to that.
I see it. I saw it. Yeah.
Send it to the guys.
Okay. Let's see. Hold on.
I got you.
Yeah, any way that we can get Dino, if you want, we could just email is
wondertimetheater@gmail. But if he already has Carl
or whatever way you want to contact us, you are more than welcome to.
I just sent you guys the link on your messenger.
Please.
And Carl, now that you're here, how much in theory would you have to charge to flash your butt in a car window?
It would be impossible to do. Yeah.
Yeah.
You couldn't afford it.
A meatloaf sandwich had 2 parts.
And a bag of fries.
bag of fries. Yeah. Believe me.
A Chick-fil-A.
Oh,
we were gonna go today.
Dude, we should have went to fucking Chick-fil-A. I literally said it before. We were going crazy to we were looking for we were gonna make a Anwar. Because Anwar is another big.
Do you want me to explain the fucking horror story?
Go ahead, yeah.
So
please.
I had a fucking brain, right? I have look at all this shit. What do I got? I got intestines. I got a bunch of shit here. We got a bunch of stuff. I got a big skin. I got a big ear. I got a bunch of practical effects. But like I had a fucking brain, right? And I had a brain and I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna make Anwar for the show. We're gonna have a big bubbling brain in the show. I got an aquarium bubbler. I got all this stuff. And I get this fucking brain and I'm like soaking it in water because it was covered in fake blood and all this stuff. It starts falling apart. And I'm like, the day of the show, I'm like, so the brain I had is fucking non-existent now and I can't really use it. And then I went to Spirits Halloween. They had everything but a fucking brain. Even the employees didn't know what the fuck a brain was. But yeah, like I said,
I just sent you guys another special movie from Dino.
I sent you a video of my son with his marionette.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God. Okay, yeah, let's grab that real quick. Give me 2 seconds, guys.
Is this the marionette you built with the Scotland Marionette School?
Yes.
Team America.
Yes.
Yeah, Team America, right? Tell me about that.
Yeah, no, it's Puppet Land. Scott has a school in Vegas where you can check in for a couple of days and make your own marionette. And Dino took his son there. It was really cool.
America, fuck yeah,
America,
suck my dick and suck my balls, America,
lick my butt and suck on my balls.
Whatever it was.
No, it's same shit. Like a butt, like a ball. It's all the same. But so Team America, do you have the marionette like nearby, or is it like? Do you have any?
video of it. It's not Team America marionette. It's the one he built with his son at the school that Scotland.
Yeah. I was saying,
I
like,
think he was saying, like, do you have it, like the marionette that he built?
Like, do you have it on you?
Oh,
like,
no. But I'm developing a show with him right now with Scott, Puppets in Public. It's going to be really cool. But
so
I went over to his school, and he's got all these puppets everywhere. It's so cool, man.
And Puppets in Public, would you say that's like, for lack of a better term, like almost like Wonder Chosen? Are you going to be like on the street with people with puppets, or is it kind of just like more?
Oh no, that's exactly what it is. He's taking his puppets on the street and to bars and all over the place.
I love that,
God.
dude. I fucking love
Going
that
up at
shit.
accidents and covering the stuff like a reporter. I mean, he's going nuts, man. It's so fun.
That's gonna be sick. Yeah.
I'm gonna pull that thing up and just right now. Just give me 1 second.
That's 5.
1,
Fuck.
2,
8.
3.
Hello?
This
Hello?
one has 11.
Hello.
You have been collected cold.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second. So, like, in terms of Blood Diner, still with you guys, where did you guys, like, what was your favorite beers? Did you guys have, like, a ritual that you did on set that was just kind of, like, tradition? Like, just, whether it's, I don't know, shotgunning a beer, eating the same food over and over fucking again?
Bush beer, man. It was always Bush beer and pizza.
No shit. Bush beer and pizza?
Yeah. And the Vibrant they put on the pizza to make you work longer.
You guys were all drugged up?
No.
I actually wrote a book called Lessons in Scumbag Filmmaking after working with Bill Osco for 10 years, yeah.
But you guys were cool, though. But you kind of got the business, let's say. Like, you understood the...
Yeah.
Because you guys were cool.
Okay.
I mean, I don't want to pry and stuff like that. But you guys were cool, or was it just more like a professional relationship kind of thing?
I don't know what you're talking about.
He's talking about you and Bill, just like your friend.
Oh, Bill was
yeah.
we had some hilarious laughs with Bill. One time, Jackie and Bill flew me to Vegas, and I pretended to be a German investor because they were doing a documentary on gorgeous girls of wrestling, Glow. And I flew to Vegas, and I pretended to be a German investor, and it was crazy stuff, I've watched Jackie how she gambles. She waits around and looks at the people on the machines going, like, pouring money into it, just and walk away. As soon as you see that, you walk up and play it, and you usually win.
Yeah, like
that's
people
the
just cut
old
their
way,
losses. That's when you win. Yeah.
Yeah, but I saw Jackie Stallone was in that, and she is in the brochure for Gorgeous Girls of Wrestling. It looks like she had a big old Coke booger in her nostril. I couldn't believe it. That actually made it into the actual thing. Who knows what it was? Yeah.
Oh my
it was
God.
so bizarre. Yeah.
We brought up the marionette. If you wanna.
Yeah. So I'm looking at a video that says clown, CLOUN. Is this what I'm looking at?
Yeah, that's my son. My son actually drew that picture of himself.
And is this a marionette? Because this looks like.
Yeah, it
animated.
is. It's both.
So.
Oh my God!
I never thought of doing that. Animate a fucking marionette. Like,
Yeah.
I'm sure that's been done before, but like, oh
Yeah.
my goodness, I never actually thought of like also post editing a marionette. Like, still doing like.
Yeah.
It's really weird.
It's trippy.
His son is brilliantly talented.
It looks like it's. Is it made out of the wood? The face, or what is that? Beautiful.
See the marionette at the very end. He blows up a balloon and he flies away.
Oh.
Yeah, right now it's like a bunch of marionettes like laying down, and these.
That's
are
all the
so
all the
cool.
marionettes laying in Scott's warehouse.
Yeah.
This is your son.
This is so sick.
This is like, I don't think I've seen stuff like this. Like, this is very interesting.
Chip off the old block. Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, that's so sick.
And how did they animate these? Like, were they like a bunch of different carvings? Because I do stop motion animation here and there, and I definitely want to do more with it in the future. But this is like crazy. Like, if these are wood carvings, how is he animating these?
It's just a program that does it. Computer program.
Because I was like, did he carve a bunch of different like masks and switch them out, like frame by frame kind of shit?
What he made the last one in the video says marionette. It's all black and white.
Yeah.
Color. It's got a balloon. That's his marionette.
Oh my god. Yeah, so we're looking at the marionette right now with like the black trim. It's like a black trim around. Oh my goodness.
All right, let's see what this. Oh my, that is beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous.
And this is like, dude, and this is one you made with
Scott Land.
It's insane. Yeah, okay, how is the balloon made? Is it a secret?
I can't tell you.
Yeah. They have to kill you.
Have to kill you.
That's fair. As long as I can know right before I die, I'll be like, oh god, oh that's cool, and then you guys can just fucking.
He flies away. That's insane.
It's a great illusion that Scott Land came up with.
Absolutely wonderful, gentlemen.
That is
absolutely wonderful.
Seriously, because it's like if I saw a marionette blow a balloon, I'd be like, okay, what the fuck? Because have you ever tried to blow a balloon?
Have I tried to what?
Yeah, you ever tried to blow a balloon?
Yeah.
You know, sometimes it's fucking
TMI,
tough.
man. That's TMI.
No, his name's not Balloon. You ever blow bubbles as a kid? He's back in town. Oh, what the fuck?
Mom went to the Indian reservation to play poker. She blew a couple bucks.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Bada bing, dude. I have
I'll put you on a stage, Dino. I think there's one leaving in 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's what Rusty would do. Rusty was a stand-up comedian like Georgie Jessel, but he would do it in his little, Fruit Loop voice.
The Fruit Loop voice.
Yeah.
So kind of like Neil Hamburger.
Yeah, well, no. When I think of Fruit Loop, I think of Richard Simmons.
Like
he's a loop.
Truman Capote, all those guys.
But dude, when you said it was Capote and Richard Simmons, that is like the funniest mashup I've never thought of.
I can't wait for you to hear it.
Yes.
And the arguments you would get in, it was so funny. Oh my!
And it's a lot of crowd work, would you say, right? Like, do people call in, or you guys just like play off each other, just improvise?
Well, at first I would come in the other room and call in all these different voices, and but then people started calling in, and it became pretty interesting. You never know what was going to happen, so it was a lot of fun.
That's the best part about some radio is like obviously there's sometimes where it's formulaic and it's pretty much just filling in time before ad reads, which I can't fucking stand.
Well, it's improvisation, and that's when you never know what's going to happen. That's why it's so much fun.
100%.
That's why jazz is awesome too. It's like there's just some things that are just when you kind of get into a thing where you're just throwing ideas out, and then just once in a while like really good ones come up and stuff, and it's kind of beautiful. When you're just improvising and then just shit comes up and you're like, I don't think I would have just thought of this normally if I wasn't in this kind of exercise. Does that make sense?
Yeah. The booze helps.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I'm just kidding.
It loosens you up sometimes. Definitely takes the edge off if that's what you're doing.
It definitely makes you a little bit more comfortable on the stage or just talking to somebody,
That would be the last thing you want to do before you perform is get high or take some booze. Forget it. You want to be focused.
You want to be tight. You want to be tight. Like we don't I don't start the show, let's say, sloshed, but there's times where we've been having a couple beers and stuff toward the end of the show, and it's like closing up.
Yeah, I can tell.
Yeah, I can tell. Yeah.
You can tell.
Hey, we're celebrating here.
There you go.
Well, as long as you can't tell too much,
Yeah.
Just enough. So what is this urban legends?
Guys, have a blast tonight, and it's so cool that people are still even watching this and enjoying it. So
yeah.
Oh yeah, like I said, we've talked highly of you guys and the movie and everything, and like I said, it just feels good that people are hanging out and stuff, and this is going to be clipped and it's going to be everywhere too, because we want people that care about Blood Diner to hear about you guys and not just us. It is cool because we care about this movie and we're really excited to show it to everyone, but it's also cool to hear it from the horses' mouths.
We definitely, like I said before, like I said, we love this movie, and we appreciate the time and the effort that went into it, and we appreciate everything about it. It's just definitely it brought us together as friends and as a show, and we
first interview we've ever done.
And
oh wow,
yeah. So I really appreciate you having you on and being the cherry breaker.
Yeah, and we definitely wanted it to be you guys. We're glad that it finally happened.
We could have been here, but oh well.
Yeah. Well, we'll fucking we'll drive up tomorrow. How about that? You got a couch? You gotta catch it.
Oh yeah. You can sleep with the crocodiles. Yeah.
Let's go.
I'll sleep.
Yeah,
with
are there crocodiles in Las Vegas? Probably, right? It's hot enough.
I don't know. There will be.
We're over at Siegfried and Roy's place.
Yes.
That's true. Yeah. Oops, they're
Sometimes
gone.
a cigar is a cigar, but sometimes it's a big brown dick. What
Oh, man.
Carlin said.
You guys are terrible. Hey, we're good. I gotta run, you guys. Good night. You have a great time, brother.
Yeah.
It was a
Oh,
pleasure.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Is there anything else you wanted to say, Dino?
Yeah, look at the background picture, Carl.
Oh yeah, Rusty the Fudge and his little his doll. The doll of Rusty. Rusty's mother, right?
Everybody says thank you. Everybody says have a good night in the chat.
Is that Rusty? Is that really Rusty?
Everybody,
Yeah, it's the baby Rusty.
everybody loved it.
Oh, I see it now. Yeah, I see
Yeah.
it. Yeah. The baby Rusty.
That was early Photoshop for me. Yeah.
It's
Early
honestly, it's
Photoshop.
immaculate work.
Before you go, I want to say your 3D live videos on Facebook are absolutely phenomenal. I just love when you do the videos when it
The
matches
face
with
map.
your
It'll be like Georgie holding a pot full of like onions or something, and then it's just like you singing. And
Singing,
shit.
yeah.
It's so fucking cool.
Are you talking about me?
Yeah. Like some of the videos that I see you post, where it's just like an animated picture and shit. Every time I see them, it
Oh
breaks
yeah,
my day.
I'm having a lot of fun with these apps now.
So fucking funny, dude.
Hilarious.
But
Well,
gentlemen,
God bless you all, amen.
Yes, dude. Thank you so much for fucking calling in, dude. It means the world. Thank
Good
you.
meeting you guys, and Carl, you suck.
we'll seriously keep in touch, boys, because we have
All
a
right.
lot. We have a lot of stuff that we're working on that we would love to have an ear for. You
Your
know,
opinions and art, and I will
And a
be sure.
nose.
and
I-
then,
yes.
yeah, exactly.
And I will be
And
sure.
a couple toes.
I'm gonna send you guys
All
some
right. Well,
paintings.
good night. God bless you guys.
Yes.
Good night.
Don't
Good night,
forget.
guys.
Good
Good
night.
night, Dino.
Nice
Thank you.
meeting you. Thank you so much, dude.
Good night, fellas. Have a good night.
Hell
God
yeah.
bless.
Thank you.
Recording stop.
Recording stopped.
Guys, I just want to say,
How funny was that? That as soon as we ended the phone, you heard a big ass cricket. Did you just hear that cricket? I'm telling. It was a real cricket. I'm telling you.
I am speechless. What a beautiful, two beautiful gentlemen. And you know what that means, Chris?
You want to go around the block?
Oh, believe me, I'm going around the fucking block.
Were you reading my mind when I?
Of course.
Guys! Sorry we're late. Just kidding, guys. Episode 89, we just interviewed Carl and Dino Lee of Blood Diner. Can you fucking believe it? As informal as an interview could go, but it was just a chat amongst pals. And you guys are pals too. And I just want to say, fucking Jesus Christ. Today was a trip. And the show's not over. And it's time for a fucking movie. Guys, if you stuck around for this fucking show, I owe you. And I'm gonna provide. I'm gonna provide! I'll pay for everyone's kids. I'll feed everyone. I don't give a fuck.